on. Play you fucking WB champions. Consequences have actions, Pep.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself right now?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him. Stop being a fucking victim. You fucking bitch. You fucking asshole. Own your shit. Own your shit. Own it. Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Bitch. Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Bitch. Holy shit, Phil. Do you hear yourself, bitch?
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him.
You're still on mission 1. No, I'm not gonna let you lie. I know you're lying. I'm gonna pick on you. I know you're lying. Being dishonest and begging for money, begging, and people wanting justice. He is not a real person. He's not genuine. He is not honest. He's a scammer. I just see a scammer.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. The detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil. Your detractors.
They were right.
Holy shit, Phil.
I just see a scammer.
They were right.
Like, we totally fucked him. Alright, I'm done. I'm done.
I understand everything now. I know why there's this hate wave on him, and it's been on him for years. It's because of this bullshit.
Meerkat Mall.
Now, I do have a favor to ask, okay? I mentioned this on tonight's late stream. I'm going to probably be mentioning it on every stream this week. Here's the deal. This week, I have 2 very large bills due. But then, I also have my day off on Wednesday. I'm bringing this up because I need you to refocus your support if you were already planning on supporting me this weekend.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Fucking loser.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
Always going bro.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
If you think that someone who has to live day to day on tips and shit is funny, oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Ha 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 ha. No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up.
Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
Begging.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Always going bro.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar. That's not begging.
Okay, I'll be honest, it makes me nervous because I've noticed recently there's actually been an uptick in super chats, which is great. It helps the channel long term, and certainly I'm not being ungrateful, and if that's the only way that you can contribute or support the channel, great. If you can help me and tip me, please do. That's what I need help with right now, okay? Again, I'm not asking for anything above and beyond. You know idiots will come out in prayers. Phil's saying he wants you to pay directly.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday. It's you guys, and you know, how much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford to support that content. Can you argue it's a begging model? I mean, I guess.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money, the only time I chill is when I pay my bills, the only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
Scumbags and mental cases on the internet still support I'm a beggar and I'm a loser and I'm on level 1, that I can't go on a honeymoon with my wife. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm on level 1.
I need this money, this money, this money. I get this money, this money, this money. Beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills. I need this money, this money, this money. I get this money, this money, this money. Beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
If you are watching his shows and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had the opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. You keep your money. Fuck that guy.
I understand that people right now are so hyped for the gifted memberships, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, thank you. But I hope that that doesn't mean that people are going to forgo tipping, because that would put me in a bad situation. And in particular, I don't know why you guys, okay, why are you laughing? Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Why are you laughing? Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, it's funny. When you can't go and do something with your family on your day off, your one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week, that's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh?
This one's for all my baby girls.
They call me Italian Pete. I'm the king of the hateful sheet. When I play Metal Gear, I will go chick chicky chang, chick chicky wang. Yes, sir, I'm Italian Pete. I'm the beggar of YouTube streams. When the camera is on, I will go chick chicky chang, chick chicky wang. The detractors, they sing and they sling their slendero. It's not very nice. I'm full of spice. And then I mold and I seethe and make excuses for dinero. Snorting my song did nothing wrong. So if you like the stream, smash the likes for Italian Pete, and I will blow bubbles for you, chick chicky chang, chick chicky wang. I'm a really honest guy, and you'll know 'cause I'll tell you why. I'm no scammer, did not groom Panda. And Catherine, well, I know that she would like to chicky chang wang, but you're not very nice to have made her cry. Now please don't forget to tip, it really helps the most right now. Support that guy, if not I might die. So while I beat my meat on the cam of my YouTube stream, Cat will cry down the stairs while I go chick chicky chang, chick chicky wang.
There was a guy named Phil, pretty different from you or me. He was employed at a helicopter support place, not doing much work, yet a certified ace. Phil's boss called him in around 12:30, and then he fired him on the spot, but Big Rush knew just what to do.
They mistreated me completely.
I'll produce content for YouTube, the worst ever made. the dents will sit and watch it all until all my bills are paid. Now keep in mind, Phil can't control when his begging begins or ends. He never learned that special skill because he has no friends.
I'm a fully crowdfunded individual.
Snort for roll call. Catherine.
My wife.
Jasper.
Get down.
Derek.
Good night, Derek.
Bills. If you're wondering why folks tip the guy as he rambles about scat, just remind yourself these same people once paid $2K to see his cat on Feigning Distress Theater 2000.
Thanks for coming out, JDX the Kid. I don't look like be on the top of anything but a weird most wanted list, but I appreciate that. I think if nothing else, I need help learning how to edit these songs better. But I figured, I made the joke about the mirror clout, but in all reality, I should probably be willing to play my own shit too, my weird, goofy, embarrassing shit that I put together, because Meerkat might be the GOAT, but that doesn't mean everybody should steal from him all the time, right? So I don't know what we're gonna do. Tonight. This is like the worst time to get on. It's the best time for me to get on, but it's kind of the worst time to get on because the Level 1 podcast hasn't posted yet, so I can't really watch that. Clips from last night, clips from today, I guess. Maybe we'll do that, because I have a feeling I'm going to stick around for a little while tonight, so we may actually sit and restream the guy, which I'm trying to think if I've ever actually live restreamed before. That always felt... would it be Untouchable, my white whale, my holy grail, because that's what I did for years, was just sit and watch some of the greats restream this motherfucker. And so even when I got into all this, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough to restream, because man, it takes a special kind of cat to make a restream and make it worthwhile. But anyway, welcome to the main room. Everything's all fucked up and on fire because Lazy Arnaz Burnell just set it all off, listening to my voice droning into a microphone at entirely too high a decibel level. We can stop that now. This we're not going to blow up the satellite up just yet. Where are you? Oh, you know what? God, I'm still getting used to the studio mode stuff. Let's shut her down. Shut her down. Okay. So, actually, where are we at here? Yeah, that's still my preview. As usual, disaster stream nonsense, because I still am constantly trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. You telling me I can't shut this shit off? I can't stop the explosions? I started the fucking self-destruct, and now it's going off permanently. TJX, good to see you, too. God damn it. Yeah, I get the bug. I get the bug to do this, especially always surrounding, like, a big hype TBS episode that I get to be on, and yesterday's was pretty hype. Sunday's is gonna be pretty hype. It just made me want to do this, and I felt like I might finally be in a situation where I could do this somewhat regularly. So who knows? What I did also figure out today, since if you were here last night, I was pointing out that I have not been able to figure out with this particular computer how to get my XP pen set up yet, so I can't really do any drawing, although I honestly debate my ability to focus on a stream and the drawing at the same time. That's never really been my strong suit, but what I think I can do is, I know I can do, is I set up some video games so I can actually sit here and grind out some experience on some games that I've been meaning to while we talk and listen and make fun of Phil. So yeah, fuck it. Let's head into Lay Theater. Uh-oh, what did I get? Not for this for my game, huh? I love it. I'm playing Front Mission First tonight. Classic from my youth that got re-released on the Switch last November, I think. And it came out like 2 weeks You know, Phil's been on this rant lately about RPGs coming out around the same time and companies needing to pace. And, you know, I was even ranting yesterday about how stupid that is to expect different companies to schedule their releases around each other. However, Square Enix released Tactics Ogre Reborn, a remake of Tactics Ogre, Let Us Clean Together, and this within 2 weeks of each other. And that, I think, was fucking insane. I had that exact same thought Phil did, but it actually made sense because it was the same company releasing two extremely similar remakes of two extremely similar RPGs from the 90s 2 weeks apart from each other. And I understand they probably have some difference in audience, but a lot of the same people play these fucking games. They're both isometric view, grid-based, tactical style JRPGs. So, why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? That's my new favorite handle. I'm showing my age. I'm calling it a handle. Screen name, whatever the fuck. Classic. Back to the Future is classic. Red Dwarf skits. You know what? I should find a way to work the dwarf into the streams, just because you know, there are certain folks that would be annoyed by the British style barrage of humor, and you know, maybe it's a little weird for an American to be so into it too. They actually just put all of Red Dwarf up on, I think it's Tubi, that free with commercial streaming service. That's super fucking hype, because that show's always been somewhat hard without just purchasing it. It has been hard to access in the States. So that's actually a pretty fucking dope thing that happened very, very recently. Let's see. I want to go out of studio mode here. I swear to God, I do something in this thing, and then I forget how to undo it. I don't want to be in studio mode no more. Well, first things first. While I'm fucking around with this one and I find you guys something to watch, let's check out. Actually, I actually know the one that I want to see, that I want to watch first, and it's this. Is this the video? No, this is yesterday's. Where's the? Actually, I think Snort Hogan had it today. The rant about my new favorite thing. The rant about the continuing rant about the guy who had the nerve to show up into Phil's room during his Street Fighter stream and actually play well. It's the fucking best. This is my new favorite thing. Yeah, DSP versus viewers gets bodied by a viewer. This is one day ago. Where's the one from today? Here we go. Oh my God. Because it's one thing to pull his normal bullshit where he is complaining about this guy coming in and beating him like in the moment, but to be there the next day and to just fucking cope and seethe about all this about just losing one time to somebody is fucking insane. So I'm gonna enjoy this.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Put up Phil's OF. Phil would probably make a lot of money if he did give himself an OF. He'd probably make more than you'd think.
The bottom line is, when I'm doing these matches with viewers, I want to do variety. The whole purpose of me doing these,
it gives him the chance to beat him. JDX, the chance, sure.
Number one, I want to have some interaction and fun.
Let me know if you can hear
It's a way
everything
for me to
okay.
Give back and actually play with the people who watch and support my content, right? It's neat to be able to play against the person you're watching on a stream, right? And I know that.
It's totally neat.
I would have loved doing this in other fighting games, but the ones I played didn't have a good online system. Now this one does. So that's a good thing, and it's something that I'd like to start doing regularly to give back to the viewers and have this fun interaction. But number two, and this is something that I think a lot of people didn't get, but let's fully flesh this out now.
Let's do it.
When you're doing just a casual play lobby like this is not a tournament. This is not ranked play. You're just messing around to try to learn and get experience with characters who normally maybe you wouldn't be trying so hard with. For example, I played a lot of Ryu.
You did.
And my Ryu wasn't very good. My
He's
Ryu, when
low?
I tried him in ranked,
Oh, yeah,
got
his
spanked,
fucking
right?
audio is
But I
always
actually played
like-
with Ryu and I got some
wonder if I can
gameplay,
turn
and I
that up a
actually
little bit.
enjoyed it because I felt like I leveled up a little bit. I learned a little bit about matchups, but there was no super duper try hard mentality. Instead, it was more casualized.
No, it's just you.
Allowed to learn a little
You're
bit
the only
more.
one who
You know
gets
what
to do
I'm
super
saying?
duper try hard
I
mentality.
tried
Nobody
Dalsim a
else.
couple
You're the only one
times,
who's allowed.
And I was like, Dalsim, I like the character. I really do. But I'm not good with him. When I play him, I lose a lot in ranked. But having the fact that I could play against viewers, I won and I lost some, right? There were some matches I won, some matches I lost, but at least I got to play with the character and I felt like I got a little bit more experience under my belt. So that's the whole point. When you do a viewer lobby, here's the mentality you should have.
Tell me, Daddy.
It's like a family get together. We're going to someone's big backyard to have an exhibition wiffle ball game.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have fun. This isn't the big leagues. We're not going out there with the intention of, you know, playing a super hardcore and that we're gonna freaking be dominating everything. And it's like, you know, this is not
And you know what? I'm not gonna do it because I
around
don't give
having a
enough
good
of a shit.
time.
But I
Now's the
bet if
opportunity
you,
to
you know,
pick a
stop this
character
fucking
to-
asshole. I bet if you went back to that stream last night, the particular one that he's bitching about, I bet you he went gamer face as fuck anytime anyone even came close to beating him in a set. I'm not even going to go back. I don't need to because I know it happened. There's no fucking possible way he just sat there and casually just took it on the chin because he's just playing, just having fun. He didn't take any time to actually instruct anyone on anything that they might not know. He didn't take any time to point out anything that he could have done better when he lost. He didn't take any time to do anything positive in any way, shape, or form. But this was all just a casual thing for him. He wasn't trying hard, and you shouldn't try hard either. Fuck you if you do.
You're not so familiar with and learn a little bit, just mess around. That's what it's supposed to be about, these casual
The question is, can I
We're
turn
doing
up
a
Phil
community
more?
night, a chill party-like atmosphere, correct? All right, now, I want to give you an example of how someone can spoil that
Let me
fun.
know if that helps.
Imagine you're going to a birthday party
God,
of a
he's so
family member.
fucking low. I'm just gonna
And
jack
so
it
you
all
go,
down.
and they're going to have a
Let me know
backyard
if your
wiffle ball
ears-
game
if
because
your
they got a
ears
big
look.
backyard, right? So it's like 20 people show up to play wiffle ball, but one person shows up in full MLB garb,
Yes, a full MLB
gloves,
adornment.
helmet, cleats, pads, everything as if they're a professional player.
You got it, buddy.
All right. And it's their time up to bat. Everyone else is having a
aim to
good
please.
time. We're laughing. We're having some
I
drinks,
guarantee
having some
everyone else
food,
is not
cooking
having
out,
a good time.
playing some games, tossing the ball around, having a good time. So it's
Passing
all
the
about,
ball
right?
around.
This guy gets up to bat. It's
And
his
what does he
turn.
do to
First
you,
up
Phil?
at bat.
What does he
First
do to
time he's
you?
even getting up to bat for the day. They pitch it. The guy swings and hits the fucking wiffle ball so.
Here's another thing. How deep he go? Okay, so coming from somebody, I know I mention all the time how similar I am to this fucking dude and how like his most annoying traits annoy me because I see myself in them. I speak a lot in metaphors. I make shit up on the spot to make my point. Sometimes they land, sometimes they don't. I'm not a fucking, I'm not an expert talker, right? I'm not like a fucking Jim Cornette. I can't just do this all day and have it all flow and be clever. However, I try to at least keep them brief and to the point, and I try to stop once I've made my point. I'm not always successful, but this fucking guy, he's telling his little story. He's trying to set a scene for you, and he makes the point that we're all playing t-ball or whatever the fuck he said, and someone shows up in full MLB adornment. Done. You're done. We get it. We get the joke you're making. We get the point you're making that somebody showed up ready to go hard in the paint on everybody else in the room. But now we're still talking about all these, like it's his first bat of the day, and he's feeling really good because he had pasta last night, and he's really energetic from all the carbo loading, and and he took a little pre-workout beforehand, so he was extra jacked. A little espresso on the side just to make sure that he was as peaked as he could possibly be. He walked up to the plate, he tapped the bat on his cleats, made sure all the dirt was on, because if he got his hit, he wanted to make sure he could run without tripping. He looked to the left, looked to the right, he found his wife up in the stands, and he waited. Shut the fuck up. It's enough. It's, Chud Goo, world building layers. Fucking perfect. That's what he thinks he's doing. That's the fucked up thing, is that's what he thinks he's doing. It drives me nuts.
So hard because he's such a tryhard taking shit so seriously. He cracks the thing into the trees a mile behind the house. So now the wiffle ball is lost. We can't play the game. Game's over. Gee, thanks, you tryhard asshole.
Okay. But that's also not what happened. Because in your fucking stupid little metaphor here, the game was over because the guy hit the ball away and no one else could play. That's not what fucking happened. You lost a match and then your stream continued. if this were a direct, an exact metaphor, a parallel, if you will, to what you're talking about, what would have happened was when this guy beat you, the second that you got that KO on your screen when Luke mashed you in the fucking face for the final time, your entire stream would have went down, your Xbox fucking exploded, you fucking like fell off your chair and broke your wrist, like whatever. The point is, you could still play. You could still play after that. So this metaphor is completely fucking stupid. It's debunked. Get fucked.
That's really great of you that you had to do that and ruin it for everyone else
Raymond
who was
Adair, I
just
will
trying to
never
have
be
a
out.
good time.
I'm down playing,
Right?
but I'm never out.
This has happened many times before in my life where someone takes something so goddamn
Yes,
seriously.
Yes, exactly.
And I just don't understand that mentality.
Big up
I don't.
Shinko, exactly.
It would have been one thing if we're like, guys, this is like my 10th viewer lobby, and tonight, this is the challenge of a lifetime, because tonight, I want everyone who joins the lobby to pick their mains.
Oh,
I
we're
want
getting
to
to
see
my
your
best- my
diamond,
favorite
your
part of this,
master,
too. He hasn't even
everything.
gotten to the worst part of
Master
it.
level, I want you to go hardcore, and we're going to really try hard to dominate tonight and see who can hang, right? Whether it's me or
Let's see
someone
who
else.
can hang
That's the
with me,
objective tonight.
bitch.
That was not what we were doing. This was the first ever opportunity to play with my community. It's supposed to be a fun, casual atmosphere. Why do you think I'm picking characters like Chun-Li, who I had no clue how to play with, like
you're a
Dalsim?
bitch.
You know, I picked Honda. I picked Honda once ever, right? So I don't even know what I'm doing.
'Cause you're
That's
a
the
bitch,
point
dude.
of these lobbies, to just have some fun. It gives the viewer an opportunity to maybe even beat me because I'm not really playing anyone I'm good with. Now, did I play Blanca? I did, maybe 2 or 3
Maybe
times.
2 or 3
One time I was
times.
locked in because people kept queuing up to play
Oh,
me.
yeah,
so
so
I
it was
played like 3 or 4
locked in.
matches
You
in a
couldn't
row,
do
and I
anything
was like,
about it.
I
You
love
couldn't do anything
Blanca.
about it when you went
Yeah, I
try
want to go
hard.
back to more casual
You had
characters
to
so that
go
way
try
people have a
hard.
better chance, right? That's what it's supposed to be all about, okay? But then you get people who go in there and they really were tryhards. And you know,
JDX,
one of them, this
I've
fucking
been
master level Luke. And I'm
smooching
looking at
you
like
all night. What are you
master
talking about?
level Luke.
Get outta
Let's
here.
think about that. Do you know how much time you have to invest? All right.
All right.
To get to that level. A ton. I mean,
guess I
I
know.
have a 3-star Diamond Blanca, and I've played hundreds of matches with my Blanca. So this is a
But
guy
he's
who
only a
probably
professional
played
when it
with Luke
serves
the
him to be
entire
good.
month.
He's not always
All right?
professional.
He goes in there, and he wants to play only with his Master Luke. Now, he sees that I'm not using my main characters, but he insists on not switching characters, wants to use his Master Luke.
Because you're
So
Mr.
I wasn't
Fourth
paying
place in
attention.
Evo,
so I'm
and
not
he
paying any
wanted to
attention
try to
what's going
beat
on. I'm
you.
just picking random
You
characters.
think it's
So
a-
I had my Dalsim. I think
Okay,
I had already played
okay.
him once or
How
twice.
many
I was like
times
a
in the
third match
past-
in a row.
How many times in the past has this guy suggested that there was clout to be gained from beating him? How many times when he's getting his shit pushed in a fighting game does he give like the, oh, this guy just came here, thought it'd be great to get one over on Darkside Phil. It'd be so fucking funny to beat Darkside Phil because I'm an ex-pro fighting game player. But then when someone comes in prepared to beat him, someone that he doesn't even know who it is, prepared to beat him, maybe because they want the clout of beating somebody who took 4th place at Evo once, just for themselves, just to make themselves feel good, or maybe they just want the clout of beating the shit out of you because you suck, and that's a problem. Now, if you went into a match with somebody who you knew was probably better than you or had a good chance of being better than you because of their track record, you're telling me you aren't just going to pick Blanca right off the bat and throw around Blanca chans until the fucking match just sort of ends? Get fucked.
Oh, and I joined, and here's the guy. But oh, mix up. Oh, hi.
No, my opinion on Jim Cornette, JDX. Jim Cornette is the greatest wrestling mind of all time. That's it. That's what I think. And I agree with the vast majority of the things that he says. Not all of it, but the vast majority.
Oh, combo, dash cancel. Oh, in the corner, knock you out. Oh. Like literally, I can't press a button. I don't know how to play Dalsim. I'm just learning. I'm messing around. I'm very bad with Dalsim.
So what is he just supposed to fucking
This guy
stand
fucking
there
knows that.
and
He's
let-
a viewer and fan of mine. He
Jesus.
knows I've not used
You're so
Dalsim.
fucking
The
stupid
ranking's
and
right there. I
annoying.
think it's like
I hate
2-star
you.
platinum. It's pathetic. He knows my Dalsim sucks. But he has to fucking do as much as he possibly can to show off. And at
That's
one
what it
point,
is.
I was like, you know what? Fine. I just took my hands off the joystick. And literally, the guy didn't let up. He just kept attacking.
What the
he
fuck
never
is he
took
so
a
you
quarter
let-
of a second to step back once and look and say,
You let go
oh,
of
is he
your
even
joystick,
playing?
so he's
No,
supposed
he
to
was
let
so
go
into
of
his
his
own
joystick
ass,
now, so
up
you can
his
both
own
just
fucking
stand there
big
and
head,
stare at each other and
that
then what,
he
talk it
believed
out?
that, oh, he's
Is
still
there-
playing.
Is there a new talk it out option in Street Fighter 6 that I'm unaware of? Like, if you get tired of playing, the other guy gets tired of playing, you can like input a code, kind of like what is it, the friendships from old Mortal Kombat's, right? Where you both just walk up and shake each other's hand and say, "Good match, buddy. I just don't feel like doing this anymore," and then both characters walk away. I didn't realize it. Phil found it. It's in the game. Oh, is Blanca-chan a one? Dude, I'm sorry. I have not played a fighting game Well, that's not true because I was playing Guilty Gear Strive recently. I have not played a Street Fighter since 5 came out. Because actually, much like Phil, 5 didn't appeal to me all that much. Although for me, it was more because I was at a different time in my life. When 4 came out, I still had a crew of guys I could sit on a couch with locally and play all the time. By the time 5 came out, I had moved across the country twice, so didn't really have any boys. Like I got a bunch of friends online and friends from back home, but not really any boys who who would come over, sit and game. And that's when I like fighting games. So I haven't played Street Fighter 6 much. I've hardly watched any. I just know Blanca-chan exists. I didn't know you could only use him fucking once. Jesus Christ, fake fucking detractor, I guess. Look, I love that it's called Blanca-chan 2, but I fucking hate it because Phil keeps saying it. It's Meerkat was talking about this earlier today on his stream. The fact that Phil is so shitty and unlikable that even when he has a good take or he likes something that's cool, he has an opinion that you share, you don't want to share that opinion with him. You don't want to anymore. You still want to hate it and shit on it because it's fucking him. And in that way, I am out to get him, like a lot of people are.
I'm dominating him. I'm not even playing.
No, JDX, you're so close.
I was like, I just want the match over
so
we can go back to having fun with everyone again. So here's someone who totally doesn't understand the idea of a community night in a game. Again, there will likely, if this continues to work,
you don't understand the community
and it
night
continues
in the game.
to
JDX,
prosper,
you don't
people
understand
like this
the
event,
community night in
and
my
we're doing
stream.
it a lot.
You don't get
Maybe
it,
we
dude.
could have tonight,
come in here
everyone, we're gonna have an
questioning me?
actual try your hardest tonight. Everyone bring your best. All right, don't mess around. We're not doing casual play. Let's
you know
actually
what, man?
try
I
our
did not-
best
I did not
to,
look
to
up
dominate
Suzuki
each other and see,
in,
all right, that
in
sounds a
One
little weird.
Piece.
Let's
I'm-
try our
I'm
best to
assuming, if I
dominate the
remember correctly
matches
from what you
and see
said
how we do.
last night, it was it in what do they call it? Not the splash page, it's the cover. Like, was it in a cover story or something like that? It wasn't in he's not running around Egghead Island in the current manga or anything, right? No, I forgot to look it up though. I will say Suzuki is such a geek. And I love the guy. I actually kind of popped. This is an even nerdier, deeper cut reference than One Piece. Within the same week, Minoru Suzuki was on AEW Dynamite, and then he was on, this was about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago now, he was on the premiere episode of Kamen Rider Revice. He actually played I believe the very first human in Kamen Rider Revice to get turned into one of the monsters of the week. And I popped real fucking hard when they brought Suzuki in a straitjacket and turned him into a monster. I don't know how he ended up on that show, but I fucking loved it. Because if you were in the know, it was like, ooh, this monster's gonna be tough. It's fucking Minoru Suzuki, dude.
Against each other in our highest capacity. That was not the point nor the spirit of the night. So someone coming in there ruining it for everyone, it was stupid.
That was me.
It was a really waste of time. Like anyone else could have played and had a lot more
dude.
fun than this guy who probably got his rocks off because he dominated the match with a character I didn't even know how to use. And I'm not saying don't bring your best, but understand that that's not the point of doing the first ever fucking Street Fighter community night. I mean, that's idiotic. Okay, so of course some people are disagreeing, and you can disagree, but you have to understand it was my stream, my night.
He says,
and I have the right to react how I want.
Another chance
when I saw what happened was after
correct.
that, I was like, all right, I guess what's gonna happen is if I'm gonna play these people who are playing their mains, I have to pick my Blanca. So if you didn't notice, there was like a Minot who was like a 3-star diamond Minot. So I picked my Blanca against her, and then it was a good match. It was like he won, I won, and then the last match I can't even remember who won, but it was close and it was fun because it was at an equal level. As opposed to, I'm literally just trying a character.
And I think that's what I'm getting at
time.
when I make the point that we haven't even gotten to the best part of this yet, is the fact that he complains, and he basically, I think later in this, because I'm all over the place today, I was running errands today, and I just happened to tune in for this part. So this is the only part of the podcast I've seen for today. And I hate that I called it that, because it's a fucking pre-stream, not a podcast. The pignosis is slowly eating away at me. But I tuned in just in time to hear this rant. I was so fucking happy that I did. But he says something like, later on somebody says, well, why don't you, make sure that your streams from now on are labeled. It's a community casual night, or it's a, serious try-hard night, however the fuck they put it. And he's like, that's a great idea. I'm going to do that from now on. And I'm like, well, so then what are the rules? You have to clearly state the rules. And then I think later on, somebody casually suggested, don't let anybody bring in anything that's above a diamond. And, fuck off. Just that's fucking pathetic. to stack the odds in your favor so much. Set up a night where it's literally like, I'm gonna ban you if you bring a character that has too many points on the screen. It's like, just, or you could just get good. In fact, I think it was Slayer. Was it Slayer was on thin ice because he was asking yesterday after the first part of this rant, he said something like, you know, why quit against anybody of any of any proficiency level or something. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm confusing my dents, but somebody asked him that and he lost his shit at the suggestion that maybe he should just not be a bitch. It was fucking great.
And fucking getting slapped around because this guy's an asshole picking his master. I mean, there was literally no excuse for it.
Shefty,
besides, he wanted to show off on my stream. It's an asshole.
This is my new
okay?
religion.
So, yeah, it's stupid, and people should know better. And you know, I'm sorry, you know, I'm not a super tryhard. I'm not. I told you guys my mentality going into Street Fighter 6 was not, I'm going to be a pro-level player. I'm going to be trying to dominate every moment. I'm going to be putting a variety of characters, trying to learn and have fun, put out variety content for my audience first. Then I will try to actually get better with certain characters.
Well,
right?
there is also a certain thing of
it's pretty sad
having good
that people have to take every single moment.
I actually had a buddy that I worked with once when I first got my Super Nintendo Classic, the Mini. And I took it to work, and I sat down with him, and it was this guy, a gamer. We'd known, he was the IT guy at work. We'd known each other for a long time, but we got to talking about Street Fighter, and he was like, yeah, I used to play some Street Fighter. I was like, oh, yeah, I used to play all the time with my buddies, you know? And I thought I was decent at Street Fighter 2, just because, you know, you remember that stuff. You remember the fundamentals. You got your muscle memory as the years go on. And then I spent my lunch break that day getting absolutely shit on by this dude's Ryu. Just shit on throughout my entire fucking lunch. And we got to the end of lunch, I looked at him, I was like, you used to play, huh? And he's like, yeah, a little. I'm like, you fucking dick. He just gave me the biggest shit-eating grin, and I just pushed my face in for a straight hour.
Seriously in their life, and so here's a streamer, and I could join his stream and just beat the shit out of his character that he doesn't know how to play with my master level. Let me do it. Yeah, well, we'll see how it works when you come back to the fucking community night and see how welcome you are, because we know your name now.
God, such a fucking baby.
So, it's that simple. I'm not putting up with bullshit anymore. You want to come and you want to try to ruin it for everyone, you're not going to be welcome. All right? So
read between the lines, bitch. You better let Phil win.
We'll see what happens moving forward, because we're going to do this, like I said, at least a couple times a week, or at least this week we'll do it at least once. I don't know if we're going to do it a couple times this week, but we'll do it at least once. All right? But now I know how it works. So you got to search for DSP Gaming first, then you got to join with the private lobby number. You're not searching for the number. If you search for the number, you won't get anything. Okay. Now, here is something that I need feedback on. So you can only fit 16
JDX, I tend to be fans of characters like that too, to be honest
into a lobby. Okay.
The characters that kind of embody the
only 16.
The core.
And that's a problem. Because when you got a lot of people who want to join, you're always going to have limited capacity. You're always going to have a few trolls. There's nothing you can do about that. You got to kick them out when you see them, right? That's fine.
You got to kick.
How do you guys recommend that I operate
showing
this
up
as
a genuine fan?
Right? I really want to know.
Against you.
How do you operate it moving forward?
Out.
Do you recommend that let's say I play a match against someone? Is that it? Immediately after that match is done, should I kick them from the lobby to make room for a new player? So should I note the name of every single person I play? Because there's a problem with that. Like I said, when you're queued up, the only way I can kick someone from the lobby is to back out of the match. So if I play someone and someone else is queued up next, I have to back out to kick someone out, in which case now it ruined the whole queue system. And someone who's waiting doesn't get their turn. Do you see? Like, it doesn't seem like there's this easy way to do it. I wish that there was a way that you could kick people while you were still queued up for a match, and it doesn't seem like that's possible. So here's the thing. If I end up playing 3 to 4 matches in a row, that's great, but then do I back out and kick those 4 people? Or maybe I should say, we have this agreement. If you play me in a match, then please
don't try.
By the way, I've had enough. Okay, goodbye.
Please
no, really.
Try.
Like, people, it seems like every single thing I possibly say on my streams is negative to people, and I'm tired of it. So if you're just going to be here to sit here and complain every moment that what I do is wrong, you're not on my streams anymore. I'm done with it. There's a difference between constructive criticism or, all right, well, I'm just going to complain about everything. So don't come back. Like, seriously, all I want to do is try to set up a nice community night for my viewers to have a good time, and all I'm getting is a bunch of fucking idiots. Oh, you banned someone. Why'd you ban them? Oh, you don't want to play Master Rank? Did I say that? No, I didn't, but you're an idiot. So if everyone wants to act like an idiot, you're not going to be here anymore. Really? I've just had enough. There's a difference between constructive feedback and just being a troll, and I've had enough of these fucking people. Okay? Especially people who I don't recognize, who you tell just came here to be assholes to me today. Seriously, I'm just trying to have a good day. Unreal. These people just want to ruin everything for everyone. I've had enough of it. I really have. I'm stressed out. I've had enough of this shit. And fucking people just come to my streams to be toxic. Well, then you're not going to be here anymore. I'm trying to do what's best and set up a nice stream for people. I go out of my way to do it. There's some problems with it. I'm trying to hash out those problems. The last thing I need is people on my ass about bullshit. Okay?
My ass.
See, here's more. See, just keep going. Go ahead. Keep saying the stupid statement so I can ban you. Please continue.
Keep telling me.
I really want to get rid of every moron here so I can have a good stream today. I've had enough.
I want constructive criticism, but keep in mind that constructive criticism
Anyone else,
only
or can I continue
solely
now?
Agrees with me and everything I think and feel.
Because really, I don't want to look at my chat, and I'm asking for legit feedback to improve, and I have to hear toxic shit constantly.
No, you're not.
I've had enough.
Not
Okay.
even remotely close to what you're doing.
Now, let's try again. If I'm in a lobby, and there's 16 players, and it's full, should we have unwritten, I guess we could make it a rule that if you play against me, okay, then after you're done playing against me, you leave the lobby to make room for the next person. Is that fair enough? That if you've had a match, that you should leave the lobby?
Once you kick
I mean,
my
later
ass,
on down
get
the
the
road,
fuck out.
there may be way less
And
people
don't come
playing.
back.
In which case, then if people want to
Don't
get a
come
second or a third
Ever.
shot in or whatever, that makes sense. But now I don't feel like it makes sense. Right now we got so many people who all want a turn. You know what I'm saying?
So there you go, JDX. There's there's the rub. That's a great pause. So you remember back in the day when he would always go on and on about his Street Fighter 2 knowledge, right? And one of the big things he's always talking about is the matchups, dude. Like, this character has a really hard time and you match up with this character. And you know what? You know how you learn the matchups? You play with and against all of the characters. And he fucking knows this. This is not news to this piece of shit. He fucking knows this. It's just more fuel for the very real fire that he just can't handle getting his ass kicked. It's as simple as that. He just can't handle it. Just a fucking baby. Philly Cheesesteak has had enough and he's putting his hammy foot down. Yes, exactly. I gotta stop doing that. I love Shinko so much that I worked the exactly thing into like my day-to-day lexicon, but I have to remember not to do it on stream because it's like it's not my gimmick. It's gimmick infringement, dude. Yeah. You should always learn all the characters. At least if you're only gonna play, like, if he wants to just play Blanca, that's fine. But guess what, dickhead? You still have to learn how Blanca plays against and reacts to the other characters that aren't Blanca. You don't have a fucking choice. You just have to learn it, or you're gonna lose matches. I'm sorry to have to explain this to you, Mr. Former pro fighting game player, but it is what it is.
Completely agree. Big Papa Phil says you can name your streams. One night you can have casual Friday or casual night, and then another night you can have competition night, and that way people will know the vibe and know how to bring. 1,000,000% in agreement with you. That's a great idea, and I am going to do that from now on.
I can't wait until someone whips your ass on competition night. For sure. Are you going to let that Luke back in on competition night? Is he not a troll as long as he shows up on competition night? Will you shut your fucking snout?
And then they have no right to complain anymore,
when he shows up on
so everyone
competition
complained
night?
that I did a pre-stream. Oh, we hate a pre-stream. Just get to gameplay.
I doubt it.
I was like, well, fuck you. I want to do a pre-stream. Well, we don't care. We're going to still complain. All right, well, now it's not a pre-stream anymore. Now it's a podcast. So now we can talk about shit, and you can stop whining. And then the people that whine have no right and no grounds to whine because just come back after the podcast ends, right? So if I'm doing a casual community night, come on in, bring your casual players, let's play together, let's learn new characters or whatever, have a chill vibe, and you come in with your fucking master level character, you're out. Because we're not here to do that. We're here to have fun against each other and try to learn and just have a good time. If I say it's competition, I bring your best, we'll have that night, right? That was not the vibe of Wednesday, and I apologize if people were going in there thinking that it was try-hard night. You would think, since I've never had a try-hard night ever since I played Street Fighter 6, and since I actually told you guys a million times I'm not trying to be competitive, people would have got the message, but I guess I have to spell every little possible thing out for people on the internet because some people just are slow. I don't know what else to say.
It's clearly
pretty
amazing.
Weird that people would have that weird vibe about what the shooting
Yeah,
was going
well,
to
that's
be.
the other thing, JDX. That's the thing that cracks me up the most is we're having this conversation about a fighting game. The essence, like, how much more distilled can you get? My sprites and your sprites exist in a section of a screen together, and the only way to progress off of that screen to the next screen, i.e. to feel any sort of change or progression or evolution in said game, is that one sprite needs to interact with the other sprite enough times for the pixels at the top of the screen to go from red to black. That's it. That's the only way for anything meaningful, as he likes to say, to happen in a fighting game. So what the fuck does he want? It is a fighting game. What the fuck does he want? Does he want a fucking, like, 2-player mode where it's the two of you just fucking dunking on the computer at the easiest setting? I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. Oh, Rockstar Guitarist, I am sorry. So I jacked Phil all the way up earlier because there was a concern about him being too low. So maybe I made him too high. Let's bring him down just a little bit. We will find the balance, and I apologize I didn't see that message earlier. I am going to try to pull this...
What the fuck are you doing up here,
Hey, Jesus, thank you. Thank you for being nice to Pig Chan. It's very kind of you. I'll see if I can pull this mic closer to my snout, too.
I don't know why people get that idea.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just get really close to it. Make love to the microphone.
Okay.
But thank you for letting me know. I appreciate it.
Moving forward, thanks to Big Papa Phil's suggestion, that is exactly
and let me
what
know.
we'll do.
I brought him down a little bit. Let me know if that's okay.
No misconceptions whatsoever. Anzo Kamaru says, you can set limits, but of course, people won't always follow the rules, so it's going to be luck of the draw. I mean, in life, that's the case, right? You can always have rules, you can have laws, you can have everything, but no one's going to always abide by it. You know that.
But
that's
fucking
fine, but
criminals
again,
like Tevin are always going to show up to ruin everybody's good time. Yay, level up.
General understanding of what we're all doing, then we can all be in agreement about what we're doing, right?
This is the perfect idea. I was like, the only way, if you never played the original Front Mission, the only way to level up between battles is to just come here to this arena and just have these repetitive fights against enemy nobodies. And it just hit me. It's like, that'd be the perfect thing to do during stream that I won't necessarily give a shit about, and I'll make some meaningful progression by
exactly right.
Just
Real Feel says I would assume on a casual night you won't play diamond ranked characters,
again,
which would have to fight players near master in some cases for
to level up my Vanzers.
Like, for example, we're doing a casual night. I won't play Blanca. Why would I? I only picked Blanca because there were people in the lobby with diamond rank. So I'm like, oh, geez, I guess I got to start playing Blanca, right? I actually had no intention of playing Blanca, or if I played Blanca, like
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
The whole night.
You've been fucking with me all night.
You
Telling you.
The vast majority of my matches were
that's your
like Ryu
7th warning. Don't make it 15.
I feel like I got to get a lot better with him. You know, I'm totally down for that. And then when we have the serious nights, then I'll probably just play with Blanca, or maybe a character who I feel like I'm a little better with. So yeah, absolutely. But I'm glad, again, we're having this discussion, right? Because now that we're having the discussion,
what are we going to do now that we're having the discussion, Phil?
And learn and do things better in the future.
Oh, we're going to be positive.
As opposed to everyone sits and bitches on my day off like a bunch of babies on the internet to create drama, saying that, oh, you really shouldn't have yelled at the master level Luke. You mean the guy who literally was the guy who came to the backyard wiffle ball game, dressed completely in MLB garb, and basically home run to the fucking wiffle ball into the woods.
But that's not what he did. I've already debunked that, sir. I have a right to get upset
with whoever I want.
You should listen next time, sir.
I really do. Really? No, I do. It's my stream. It's my business. And if I think
I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
I have the right to call him out for it. Right? So I don't know where people get up, but again, it's because people get so caught up in the drama.
Where do people get off being logical?
Guess who the people
around
were
Dark Side Phil?
The same people who were trying to get my phone number off my screen 2 days ago when I was calling the plumber.
The same people. He tracked it.
Those are the people. So
he actually made sure that he made sure that every person he saw complaining on Twitter, he went back and noticed that they had also posted about trying to get a snapshot of his phone. He knows for certain that it's only
time together.
the
That's
same
the whole
people.
point
He
of my
knows.
streams, you understand? I did feel like that one thing really did throw off the vibe of Wednesday night. That was
It
the one thing.
fucked
Everything else I
everything up.
felt went
You're right,
well,
Phil. It fucked
except that it was the
everything
first time I did it. There were some people trying to join, and sadly, we didn't have the method down on how to do it yet. Now we do, I think. And
Well, of course you
people
did,
didn't understand it
JDX.
after one
That's
match, they
what's
quit.
going to happen. And you
So
know
we
what?
continue
You just
on
got
and
to
have
accept the
multiple
fact that there's
points.
always going to
Now
be
we
somebody
kinda
better
get it.
than you at
All right?
anything you do.
Now we kind of get it.
I'm still
So,
waiting for a better
that's
artist
how
to
we're
show
gonna
up
do
in the
it moving
vortex
forward.
and making
If
me
we
look
do it
like
now,
a
we have
fucking the
serious
sack of
night,
shit
that's
that I
different,
am.
and I'll
But
tell you that. But you know, for example, if over the weekend we
I
do
mean,
another
Sketchy could do it.
community
Sketchy
night,
could do it if
it's gonna be a
Sketchy put in the
casual night.
time.
Everyone relax. Everyone have some fun. Try to play. Try to have a good time, and not try
Sketchy
to be
makes
a
quality
freaking
content,
try hard,
dude.
but also setting it up so that people get one match if they get it against me, right? And see if people can find the lobby. Now we know the way they can find it. We're gonna have these things going. Though, like I said, the one bummer about it, it seems like you can't kick someone if you're playing a series of matches. So let's say I
Well,
sit
no,
in a
Ghost
lot-
Hunter,
in one of those
technically
matches, I
speaking,
play
it's
4 or 5
okay
in
for
a
other
row.
people in the lobby
Half
to
the
have a
lobby
higher
before
rank than
patrols,
him,
and I can't kick
just
until I
not
quit out.
higher
And that would
rank
suck
than the
'cause that
character
kills the
he's
system.
currently picking.
So,
That's
I
when
don't
you're a
think there's a way
dick.
around that
Give me-
right now.
He's not being
I guess
completely
they're gonna have to,
unreasonable.
slowly improve the system or whatever. I guess we'll have to find out, right? Okay. So, okay.
Okay.
There we go.
There
so
we go.
I apologize
Agreed.
to those who wanted to play on Wednesday night, didn't get a match. I apologize to those who maybe were trying to play and there was trolling, so
But then
idiots
there's
were
this
taking up
fucking
the spot,
idiot, and he
right?
just Luke.
I apologize if you
Luke
didn't feel
is
the quality
kicking
of the match was
everybody's
good, 'cause to
ass.
be honest, not every match is going to be great. When you're someone who's on the other side of the planet and you're trying to match up with me, and we end up with a 200 millisecond connection, every's like slow mo. I mean,
Well,
there's
no,
just
you,
gonna
then
always
then
be
you're a
things. I
piece of
knew that
you're
would
a piece of
happen.
shit because it lags.
With a
That's how it
community
works in
night
your
like this,
world,
you're never
right?
gonna have, like,
So
an
if they get
ideal
lag,
system every
you're a
single
piece
time
of
you
shit.
play. It's always going to have an issue with that, right? Nothing can be done.
Oh, shit, I missed it.
I'm
Thank you
working
to
on it,
whoever
right?
that
And it'll get
was.
better. That was the first one. The
Thanks
first time.
for the
And,
sub,
you know, moving
dude.
forward, we're going to absolutely
Pig Chan's
continue,
gonna stop by your house later and
with
do Derek
trying
style
to
stuff
make it
to you.
better. I liked
say
it.
thank
I
you.
had fun with it. And by the way, I will say this too. Thanks to those who not only showed up but also supported, because that was nice. You know, community night is one thing; it's a way to give back.
It's
but
one thing
it's
to
also
show
a
up
regular
and
work
play.
stream.
It's a
So the fact that there
different
were
thing
people who came and
altogether to
supported
give
that
me
stream,
money.
That was really nice of you.
I agree,
And I hope
Phil.
that
I
obviously will
agree.
continue in the future. If every time I do a community night it ends up a dead night and there's no support, that's going to be
We
a
got
problem.
the proof is in the
alright?
pudding
But I
on
liked
that
it. You
one
know, people were
because
actually
Pop
like, wow,
showed
this
up
is
and
actually
played you,
working out well.
and
Look,
we
variety
don't
of
all hate his
matches.
guts. But if
Phil's
he gave you
enjoying
money,
playing with
we'd
the
be
fans.
burning his house
He's
down
taking
right now.
losses and he's okay with it, except for the bullshit match, which we've already addressed. You know, yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's
Because
what
that's the
it's
funny
all
part
about.
too. They only focus on the one match against the master level player. They don't focus on the fact that I lost a lot because I was picking a lot of.
They don't
characters
focus
I'm
on
not
the
good with. I was
on the
okay
fact
with
that I
it. I'm
spent
okay with
most of my
losing as
time
long as we're
dunking
having a
on
good time and
idiots.
someone's learning. That's what it's all about. Remember, I was playing against a Cammy. And I kept giving
Sonic
advice.
Jaded,
Stop
I
jumping.
think
You
if
gotta
Phil had a
stop
lot
jumping.
of
You jump
money,
too
he
much, and
would
every time you jump on
finally
me, it's like
ignore
you're
all of
using
us.
a bad part of your
That's
game.
my
I would
honest
love to
answer to
add
that.
advice
I
to
know that
these
was a
events,
joke,
but
but
I
my
can't.
honest answer to
That's the
that
point
is
of the
I
community
think
now,
if
you get
he
it?
actually
I hope
did
everyone
end
gets
up
it.
making like Sir Moist money, then he would start finally finally ignoring all of
So
this
all that
because in
being said,
Phil's world
there will be another one.
we're done with this anyway. In Phil's world, money is all that matters, and so money equals clout, money equals fame, money equals victory, money equals positivity, money equals everything good. So think of everything, you know, that you love and appreciate about your life, and now replace all of it with just money, right? So if Phil had that kind of like Maximilian Dude or Moist Critical money, he wouldn't use it to attack any of us. He wouldn't. I don't believe that. He would finally shut the fuck up, and he'd continue to do what he's doing because it'll never be enough for him. But he would stop actually addressing all this bullshit because in his mind, he's just at that point he's won. He is one, and he is the best because now he has, you know, fuck you money, as Keemstar once put it. So yeah, I think that's actually the only time he might ever, or the only chance he might ever actually become a halfway normal person when it comes to his interactions on the internet, is just once he genuinely feels like he is better than everyone else, because he says that, but he doesn't truly believe it, and it's obvious because of the way he reacts to every single thing that ever happens. And food. Yes, money does buy DoorDash. Chef D, I just got bodied. Correct. I agree with you. Just saying, Darcy, you sound like Castiel from Supernatural. So now I listen to you as my primary detractor beam style stuff. Well, Ben Pruitt, I'm going to say thank you because that sounds like a compliment. Admittedly, I have never watched Supernatural. I have a feeling that doesn't mean the only guy I know from Supernatural is that fucking big dick swinging motherfucker that went on to play Soldier Boy on The Boys. So I'm just going to pretend you mean him, because that would make me very happy on my inside parts. So we're just going to pretend that that's who that is. I don't know for sure. I hear a lot about my, I don't know, I've heard a lot of weird ways to describe my voice and how excellent it is for listening to through a microphone. I don't know the difference. I think I sound like a weird nasally fuck, and every time I tell my wife that people actually enjoy listening to me, she just rolls her eyes. She rolls her eyes. Oh, I know. I'm sure it was a compliment. I can't imagine you would just come in and insult me, Ben Pruitt. I'm not Darkside Phil, for fuck's sake. That's true, JDX. He would probably do one stream trying to dunk on all of us, and then he would head out, yes. Where are we at? 9:56. Is the guy started yet? Let's see. Is he up and running? He is up and running. Oh, but it's the fucking music. I don't want to listen to the music. So, all right, so we're going to hold off there for a minute. We're going to go check something else out. Oh, Mishima World Order just put up a new one. So speaking of people who have put some serious bangers out there as of late, I am a big fan of Mishima World Order, if you have not heard. So I first found this channel because Indrid was playing their shit on Detractor Beam, and in fact, I want to listen to that new one, but I'm gonna listen to Toxic first because I was not a Britney Spears fan growing up, but I will be goddamned if this AI DSP singing Toxic isn't just a fucking certified banger. It's dope. Here we go.
Now I'm toxic, even though
Lie to me and tell me you hate this. Lie to me hard. Okay.
Sure.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A gal like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous, I'm falling. There's no escape, I can't wait. I need a hit, baby, give me it. You're dangerous, I'm loving it.
Goddamn. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. I was trying to pause it. I don't know what to do. I swear, maybe I'm rocking back and forth too much. I have this mic right in my fucking face. I don't know why. Let's see. Let me actually go into my proper desktop audio settings. Maybe that has something to do with it. Because 1 minute, I think it's fine. The next minute, it's not. I wonder why that is. I am going to double down on blaming Mrs. Darksea, because last night that wonderful sweet woman tried to make some adjustments to my microphone to gate it and fuck with the gain and all that stuff. Some settings she found online she thought would make it sound better, and for some reason when I sounded fine on TBS, but then when I went live through my OBS, it just sucks. It sucks. I can't figure out why. So let's look. Audio input capture. Can I just fucking turn this up higher? Is that possible? I'm jacking it up. Let's see if I can make some ears bleed. Is that even a thing I can do? I don't even know. How's that sound? Did that help at all? It's been tough. My life has been tough in the last decade. It has. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if that's going to help at all. I do also, I get a bit of mumble mouth, admittedly. I'm not the best about that. And I'm trying not to clear my throat into the microphone because, again, as I've said many times, I'm fucking practically Phil in all the worst ways. And but try not to subject you guys to that. I do have the dreaded post-nasal drip, and I take all the fucking things that I can to stop it, but it's hard sometimes, and I spend a lot of time fucking muting just so I don't subject you guys to that shit. Because even if I didn't know Phil and hate fucking Phil for who Phil is, I still wouldn't want to do that to anybody. It's disgusting. It's fucking... Ugh. It's gross. Sketchy. Big ups. I love you. Thank you for being here. I hope you were here earlier when I pretty much called you the best artist in the Vortex. I'm just saying. I pretty much said you were the best. Pretty much. Better, by the way. Okay, good. I went into the settings and I jacked it up to 150%, which I didn't know was a thing. But I'm also kind of face fucking this microphone right now. So I will try my best to stop mumbling. Yeah, 64-bit. I do 64-bit Ben. I do have allergies, yes, but I do confirmed have a post-nasal drip. And the really shitty thing, the parents out there will understand this. So one of the worst parts about being a parent is when you realize they get the shit from you that you can't help. And my oldest child, beautiful child, smart, funny, kind, super excited to see the impact she's going to have on the world. But that poor kid, she had a lot of trouble this year, and it turns out she's got a fucking post-nasal drip, and then we just found out today that she's got a super-duper narrow palate. So she's going to need braces, because when I was a kid, my parents couldn't afford braces. And obviously no one can see me, but my teeth, while they are very clean and well-kempt, my teeth are so crooked, I look like somebody beat me in the face with a fucking hammer. And after a while, I got used to it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm not going to... Every orthodontist I've ever talked to is like, it's not a health thing. It's just cosmetic. And I'm like, look, then it's cosmetic surgery. We're not going to get it fixed. I don't care. I got a woman who loves me. I don't give a fuck. But I don't want that for the kid. It's just like, and we had that conversation today, and my wife told me what the dentist said, and I was like, God damn it. Like, the things they inherit from you that you can't help, there's nothing you can do about it. And I do have a lot, I know a lot of people give Phil shit and say there's got to be a way to fix post-nasal drip. Well, I will defend him on this point alone. I don't think there is. Unfortunately. So... but it is what it is. You learn to deal with it, and you your microphone so that when post-nasal drip issue, people can't hear you. See, it's not that hard. Super easy. You know what? I don't have rat teeth, rock guitarist, but what I do have. Invisalign, no. My wife actually used Invisalign. They worked really well. Every orthodontist I've ever met says that mine are too fucked for Invisalign. They don't say it that way, but they're very polite, and they tell me that they're far too crooked. I would have to go, so the exact process, I don't know, I brought all this up, I don't give a shit. We'll get back to Phil in a second. The exact process is, so when you're a kid, and they use one of those palate spreaders, because a child's skull hasn't completely, like fused, the palate hasn't fused yet. So, with as bad as my teeth are, I would actually have to have my surgery to have, and I've watched it online. It happens. It's a real thing, and I've watched people go through it. I would have to be put under, have my palate sawed back open, then have the palate stretched out like you would do with a child, and then have them all aligned, and have like the palate basically fused back together. Right? It's doable. But, it's not health, it's not threatening me in any way. It's just, my teeth look fucking stupid. You know what I mean? And I've still got a good corporate job, and I walk in there, and I am who I am, and I know that I'm good at my job, and nobody ever gives me shit about it. They might, I'm sure people have said stuff in the past, but it's just my defense is they're fucking white, they're well taken care of. I haven't had a cavity in 20 years, since I was a kid. It's just that they're crooked, so get fucked. I don't really care. It's not the end of the world. It bothered me a lot when I was younger, but, you grow up and just stop giving a shit about that stuff. And yeah, the recovery for it is what is it? I think it's 4 months, something like that, to recover. It is what it is. I just don't give a shit. The only thing that's really annoying is every time I go to the dentist for a cleaning every 6 months, they try to pitch braces. And they're really nice people, and it's happened. And I've moved across the country multiple times, so I was always getting new dentists. And I just remember looking at my wife. I'm like, I gotta go get a cleaning. And she's like, you know, are you worried you have a cavity? No, I'm not worried I have a cavity. I gotta go fucking sit there, and at some point, some dick's gonna come in and give me a speech about fucking braces. And I just don't want to have it. I'm almost 40. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, I'm getting toxic. Phil's making me toxic. He's probably live, so let's get this fucking song.
Toxic, even though nothing hit me with anything that would make me toxic. Okay? Sure.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A gal like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous, I'm falling. There's no escape, I can't wait. I need a hit, baby, give me it. You're dangerous, I'm loving it.
Well, I think I'm toxic now.
Ooh, the taste of your lips, I'm alright. You're toxic, I'm slipping under. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic?
Why am I toxic?
And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're toxic?
What? You gotta be kidding me. I'm done. This is fucking bullshit.
It's getting late to give you up. I took a sip from my devil's cup. Slowly, it's taking over me.
Well, I think I'm toxic now.
Ooh, the taste of your lips, I'm alright. You're toxic, I'm slipping under. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic?
Why am I toxic?
And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're toxic?
What?
Don't you know that you're
Toxic! What? You gotta be kidding me. I'm done. This is fucking...
We're doing the whole fucking thing, baby. We're doing the whole thing.
They always fuck
I
you up
dare
no
you to
matter
wake
what.
up tomorrow and not have this song stuck in your head.
Bullshit rapes you.
You're toxic, I'm slipping under. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? Taste of your lips, I'm alright. You're toxic, I'm slipping toxic. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? Intoxicated now, with your loving now. I think I'm ready now. I'm ready now. Intoxicated now, with your loving now. I think I'm ready now.
Right? Right? And JDX, because of what you were talking about earlier, I thought you until I saw the porn star bit, I thought you were talking about AEW's Anna Jay. I thought you were calling that woman a butterface, I believe was the term you used, and I was about to have words with you, because that's just insane. I don't know who this other lady is. The looks from people. Who do you listen to Detractor music in front of, man? My earbuds are always in when I listen to Detractor music. Well, wait, which one, dude? Chud Goo? Because that was AI. I'm pretty sure that was just the lyrics of the song. What writing are we talking about? I always want to hear new. If you're talking about fucking Bill Brasky, that dude's a fucking absolute legend, a champion. I was listening to some of his stuff on WPIG earlier today. It's impossible for me, Darcy, because I heard Slayer's version of the song. I have not heard Slayer's version. Is it on YouTube? Can we listen to it? Can we listen to it right now? I'm not avoiding going to Phil or anything, I promise. If that actually exists, please, please. Oh, we're live.
If you guys tonight,
Too late.
if
Get
you
bodied.
can support the stream, please do. And what I mean by that is not just a couple people doing tips, but, you know, as little as a little super chat or a membership or a gifted
Oh, well, I
membership.
wouldn't know anything
So
about
we
that,
lost a
Sketchy,
lot
because
of
I do
members.
have a perfect face
But
as
then
long as I
over
close my
500
mouth.
members the
I'm
other
good.
day. I
As long as I
got
close
great
my
feedback,
mouth,
down another
like,
50.
chairs
It's
are
like,
ruined
it
everywhere
sucks
I go,
because
both
I
male
need
and
to have
female.
that kind of...
Just
you
being
know,
honest.
How can I say? The tips have been great. And everyday tips are great, but that's not going to support, that's not enough to just support the entire channel. It's everything. It's people having that ongoing membership, a super chat here or there, because that's the YouTube revenue that I really rely on. And usually that's a given. And in the last month,
I thought this was a Street Fighter theme. Why is Tommy Bahama talking to me about money?
Anything as little as a little super chat or a membership or a gifted membership here or there helps a lot. All right, please understand. I may not be standing.
While we're on the subject, while everyone's begging, I've been trying to get to 1,000 subs, dude. So like, just as little as like one person subbing to the stream. Really? Wait, one person already has subbed to the stream? Well, I mean,
Speaking of which, we have a couple to
it's
shout
still
out.
been a pretty slow night,
Blackout
dude.
became a member tonight. Well, actually re-upped their membership. It looks like because it didn't count as a new one. Thank you, Blackout. And the Blimp just did a super chat. So thank you to the Blimp.
No,
super
the
chat
blimp is
here.
dead to me now.
There's a couple more tips to shout
I don't know
out,
the
and we're gonna
blimp,
get ready to
but I'm
start.
gonna pretend that I do, so that he can be dead to me.
So,
Because
I have
there's
another
no
$5
ladies
tip.
in Phil's chat. Let's be serious.
From Big Papa Phil, everyone who tries to retcon your Street Fighter ability, I think it's obvious to remember, or obvious to everyone now, you are familiar with Street Fighter 6's systems. Your performance with a new character like Luke shows your true skill. Even without any optimized combos or matchup knowledge, the strength of your fundamentals and overall Street Fighter skill is allowing you to outplay good players who simply don't have your overall skill and background. If you play more, you'll master multiple characters. Great stream today. Thank you.
Now,
And
yesterday,
that's exactly
hang on
what
a
it
second.
is.
Yesterday,
I mean,
wasn't he just
I was
bitching at somebody
literally
for not
on
being
the
more
fly.
succinct?
Condo's doing
Shouldn't
a
this have been one of those
one-slam.
where he talks like
He's
this really,
doing
really
a
fast and he
character
reads it all and then he
after
does a
block.
stupid
I
fucking
was
look
like,
at the
he
camera
works with
like he's a
good look,
fucking
good
character
nature.
from The
You know,
Office?
from his
Shouldn't
screen,
that have been what
he
just
knows
happened,
every
Phil? Oh, but
character
this
has
one was
to
sucking
block
your dick,
and
so it's
work, be
okay.
very defensive against JP.
And by the
Condo's
way,
doing
yeah,
one
he
super
does
blows
really,
through
he
it,
does
punches
have
right in
pretty
the
good
face with a bunch of
fundamentals. He is
projectiles,
better
and
than
it
the
works.
average
But
person.
he
We
even
all
tried
say
that,
that.
and it took a couple
Nobody
times to
argues that
realize it
point.
worked. Wow,
We
I just
say
learned
the
to
things
jump
we
really
say about
loose.
your skill level
But that's
because
the thing.
you
This is how
still
I learn. I'm serious.
overinflate
This is
them.
how
Even
I
when
learn
we're
to
kind
play.
about them,
This is how it
you
always used to be.
overinflate
There
them.
was no laughing
And you're
back in
such a
the day.
fucking
We used to
douchebag
know
about
how
them
we
in
played
general,
against
and we get a
you.
rise
We
out of you.
played
That's
people.
why we
This is
say
how
that,
I
you stupid
learned
fuck. How
Street
can you
Fighter.
not understand
So,
that?
this is how I get into stuff. Second nature is jumping in, playing, and trying to do my best. It sucks when I got a character like Ryu where I'm not really. It's not clicking.
Sketchy, that is not a
And
picture
then I'm
of
losing
Phil.
the
If you're
club, so
talking about the
I'm
one
not
I think you're talking about,
doing
that is not a
it.
picture of
I
Phil
think
getting
it's
ready
just
to
a
devour
different
me.
character
That was
game.
Phil getting ready to devour
Oh, excuse me.
what
Dinner was
Derek
good. Well, we had a new recipe
what
of
Derek
chicken
left
bacon. It was
behind
very
after
delicious.
visiting
Wait, since your Street Fighter
Cat.
streams have been hype,
You
I always wonder how
misunderstood
good
that
Blue
drawing.
Blanc if only you played him, but now you know I'm doing pretty damn good with him.
Yeah,
The Blimp says
Pit
you were
Lord,
a
exact.
monster
No,
with Luke
you're
earlier today.
100%
Master for
correct,
sure.
Pit Lord.
Mental how much
He
you
is above
dominated.
average, and
Wasn't
everyone
necessarily
agrees
dominating,
on
it
that.
was
No
more
one
counter way.
argues
Seeing
against
what they
that.
were going to do and working around it.
But when
I
we
don't
say
know
he
domination
sucks,
strategies.
it's kind of
I'm
like
just
the
countering what they're doing. You know what I'm
unwritten truth of that statement is that he sucks
received
compared to
another
what
dollar
he
tip.
thinks he is. That's it. That's what we're saying. It's been made clear by so many people over the years.
I ignore this guy every time he tips. Yeah, he keeps tipping because he's just stupid. So I ignore him again. That's pretty stupid.
Yes, he's
Yeah,
going to
pretty
outlive all
idiot.
of us. That's the sad
Okay.
truth. He's going to outlive every one of us.
All right. Felix the Maid said he's been watching my streams. now
Who's
for a
saying Phil
year,
has
where I do
good
more marathons
fundamentals?
like I did last
I
year.
think
We're
Phil has
doing-
good
we
fundamentals.
just did
Like,
one. We just
you know
did
what?
the digital
Maybe
summer
how should I put this?
party,
Maybe
which was a
fundamentals isn't the
marathon
right word because I do
We got
think
a long-form
fundamentals
React event coming up
sort of
on July
it-
29th, which is my machinima event.
it's the
Next month,
fundamentals
we're gonna
are
have
different
multiple
per
big events
game,
for my
right?
50th
Because the
anniversary.
systems of
So there's a
every
lot
Street
coming.
Fighter are
Maybe
different.
just
So the
these marathons.
fundamentals
Well,
as a
here's
whole
what we
are
do
different
is
for
we
every
have a
game.
reason, right?
Maybe
And I
it's
did enjoy
like
doing some of those
his
last year.
core
I might do more when we
competency
can this
at
year.
like
We'll do a
the
retro
base
marathon
core
race.
of what Street
I don't know
Fighter
what to
is.
think about it.
He does have a pretty good understanding of that. Now he's old
I said,
and
"You
he's
proved Luke is a
he's
pretty
like
easy
rusty
character,
at
so you
everything
think
and he
I
does
can
not
recommend
do
it to
anything
you
he
like
would
me?"
need to do to
Here's the
get
thing,
better.
Luke
But come
is
on,
is
like
not
you got to be
necessarily
honest.
easy. He's got all the
He
tools
would
needed,
like a
all the
rando off
fundamental
the
tools,
street. He would
all right?
probably
I'm not saying
body,
he's
but
easy
that's That's as far as I'll take it. That's above average. That's what it is. It is what it is. But the problem is, he needs to be more than that. In his heart, in his soul, he needs to be more than that. And that's why he throws a fit. That's why he can't take a fucking loss to a fucking Luke, a character who has only been around for a few years since they dropped him in Street Fighter V, and he's a new version of this now. And Phil can't handle it. Can't handle getting beat by somebody with a character he doesn't fully understand. And that's the pathetic thing, is of all the excuses you could give for why you get bodied by a Luke, a pretty good one would be, I don't really know Luke because he hasn't been around for 30 fucking years.
I mean, do you want more Luke? You guys liked Luke earlier. I was on a roll and things were going good. You want me to keep playing with him?
Oh, we've been learning Luke. I didn't even know that.
I don't even know.
I mean, is that bad, JDX? It took him a month to get to Platinum, too. I don't know the difference. Is that bad?
Understand? I might lose now, and that's okay. I mean, I already was dominating.
Well,
earlier.
JDX, to be honest. I mean, you don't operate a household, right? Let's just be serious. You don't operate a household. I know just by the things you're telling me right now. Nobody who got to Diamond 4 with a mid-tier, I'm going to pretend I know what that means, could possibly operate a household.
And by the way, Arkham, that's incorrect. You're saying I said I disliked people who liked Luke. Who used Luke. That's wrong.
Yes, decent fundamentals if you ignore the core function of the new game. Correct. 64-bit Ben, that is exactly what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. Because there are certain things at the core that make Street Fighter Street Fighter, and he knows them well because he's been doing it for 30 years. But when it comes to... That's why when the game first, like when the betas all dropped, all he did was complain about Drive Impact endlessly, and he still kind of does now. It's because Drive Impact is at the core of this game, and he doesn't get it, and so he cries about it. It's the same thing he did with Street Fighter 4 and Focus Cancel.
Reeds just became a member of the channel. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
That's why I always think it's funny that he doesn't bitch at all about parrying in Street Fighter 3, because that's like the core mechanic, the core unique mechanic in that game, and he doesn't bitch about it at all. But you know why he doesn't bitch about it? Because he can do it. Because it's a single button press. You just have to time. Not to say it's super duper easy, but he can clearly do it, and so he doesn't bitch about it.
Consider becoming a member tonight. All right, thank you.
Well, JDX, I don't believe you. I don't believe you, because how could anyone do those two things at the same time? I'm just saying, it's impossible for anyone to do those two things at the same time.
Why the hell is he jumping? What the fuck is he doing?
Yes, and as Mad Phantom Pixels put it, unless you replace your garbage disposal 3 times in the past 2 years, I sincerely don't believe you operate a household.
Yeah, already I'm off, so.
I have already replaced my washing machine 5 times since I bought my house 2.5 years ago. That is how you know I'm a working man. Hold up, did he put his inputs on the screen? When did that happen? Or is he in the lab? Oh, he's in the lab, that's why. Okay. I was like, is he putting inputs on his screen in competitive? Like, this guy has gone fucking nuts.
That's not bad, but I want the final hit and then combo into super. I gotta do it with kick.
See, like right there, I just muted so that I could just clear all the gunk from my throat, and you guys don't know anything about it. I had to tell you for you to know about it. I'm like a professional streamer, dude.
I know you can do it.
You know what though? Sometimes it doesn't matter how much of a background you have in fighting games. You know, the story I always tell when it comes to this kind of stuff is there's a good buddy of mine, guy I grew up with, who got super obsessed with fighting games for like a good 10 years, and he would play them every night for like 6-7 hours, particularly Marvel 2. Like that was his thing, was Marvel 2, right? And this guy, so when I was living in New York City, this guy asked me one day, because I'm from the Midwest, he calls me, he said he wanted to come visit. Excuse me. And he said the reason, at first I thought he just wanted to come visit me. He was like, yeah, cool, my buddy wants to come visit. But then he kind of let me know, he had an ulterior motive, and it was because this really good Marvel 2 player that he had met online in Manhattan, played a lot of matches with, invited him out to a little, just a little, like, casual East Coast tournament that they were putting on in a hotel ballroom, just like Phil always describes it, right? And he basically tells me, I want to come out and I want to do this, I want to play in this tournament. Kind of like this was his moment. He'd been doing this for like 10 years. He's like, this is his moment to prove that all the hours he had spent, you know, because he has 2 kids, he has a wife. It's like all the hours he spent trying to be good at these games are worth it, right? And he comes out to visit me, and he goes to this thing, and I'll never forget it. We go, and he signs up, and it's me and another buddy who came out with him, and neither one of us even want to sign up to play because we know we'll just get bodied. We just want to watch, and we're kind of taking shit from people for not taking part. Like, why'd you come if you didn't want to? I was like, just, you know what? We're here to support our buddy, right? So he shows up to this nothing tournament in this just in a hotel in Queens, New York, and his very first match, he goes off to the side to play Marvel 2 against this guy. I remember the guy was playing a Dreamcast controller, but he was using his index and middle fingers on the pad, almost like it was a joystick. It's just how he played, right? And he fucking dunked on my friend so unbelievably hard. And can you imagine, like, you've practiced a game for like 10 years, hardcore every night. You go out to your first competition play, and you get absolutely shit on. Like, thinking you're going to do all right. Like, you don't think you're going to win, but you think you're going to do all right. You get absolutely shit on, and I'll never forget it, because that night, the guy who invited him out to the city to play also invited him over to his house to, like, party afterwards with a bunch of guys, and he bowed out. He bowed out and came and got drunk with me, and I knew he was upset. You know, he played it off, but I knew he was upset. And to this day, I tell you, that was probably that was almost 10 years ago now. And when I talk to the guy now, I ask him, and he's like, he hardly ever plays fighting games anymore. In fact, the only real experience he has with fighting games now was he taught his 2 children to play fighting games really well. So when I go back there to visit now, his teenage sons kick 7 shades of shit out of me on Dragon Ball FighterZ because they just grew up, you know, learning from their dad. But, you know, it's just, some guys got it and some guys don't. There's not much you can do about that. Sometimes you don't have what it takes to get past a certain level in a thing, and that's painful, but that's real, you know. I have limitations in my art, and it breaks my heart. I wish I were better. There are things I want out of, you know, my life as a creative, and I'll always try to surpass my limits, the Dragon Ball fan in me. But the reality is, you know, you don't always get to break your limits. Sometimes you just have to be happy with trying.
Medium is a flow. See that? His jumping medium is a flow.
Well, and yeah, and admittedly, you know, JDX, I see you got bodied infinite times when you started. Admittedly, you know, people should also, you shouldn't go into that sort of thing if you can't, like, if you know you're just going to break down if you get bodied. I will say, I won't say it was funny, but it was kind of like, he had this moment of realization, because when I used to play back home with this buddy of mine, he would always shit on me in Street Fighter.
A couple shout outs.
And then immediately after I lose a match, he would always try to lecture me. He would try to teach me what I had done wrong, what I could have done better, and it frustrated the shit out of me. And in that moment, I watched him get absolutely shit on by this guy in New York in his first match. And then that guy, very politely, tried to explain to him what happened and how he lost, and tried to teach him, and he just shook his head, and you could tell he wasn't listening. And then he got angry, like he walked away angry. And I remember just going like, yeah, man, like, you see how frustrating that is now when somebody else does it to you? Like, it's tough. It's tough. I was like, but if you can't, you know, if you can't take that, then maybe don't play.
Okay. Fuck you. That's great. All right.
We're already telling people to fuck themselves.
I know this
Even if we're joking, it's fucking stupid, Phil.
You guys can give me like 2 minutes to go use the bathroom, and I'll be right back, and then we'll start.
Dude, we just started. Did we not just start?
That way I'm not interrupted. I'll be right back.
What the fuck? Like, I understand bathroom breaks. I got no problem with it. I'm going to take one at some point. I'm going to make you guys suffer a bathroom break, and then I'll complain about how many people left when I come back. But did we not just start? Wow. Just the deadest of air. The deadest of air. While that bitch Kimberly stares at us with her duck face. Tempting Phil with her urban style sexy parts that he just can't handle. Hey, again, I've got an old man bladder. I got nothing against old man bladders. But you know what I did before I started the stream? I went to the restroom. I went, so I knew that I wasn't going to be taking a break almost immediately. Like, I know we came in late, but he couldn't have gotten more than, 3 matches in? 4? Maybe? Like the dude's supposed to start his stream at 9:45. Doesn't normally get started till around 10. So I'll be generous to him and say, you know, that he started at 10. 25 minutes. He can't have had that many matches, and he's already going to the bathroom. Like, get fucked. And he expects you to pay him for this. He really wants you to pay him for this. I mean, more than anything, I'm annoyed because I stopped fucking listening to cool AI detractor music to come over and do this. Make sure you turn on the camera. Oh yeah. No, well, I hope he at least fucking muted his mic, but sounds like he did. Well, JDX, there's some truth to that too. Again, it's like, you don't know whether or not you can surpass a limit until you try. But at the same time, that's the reason people struggle with it, because one of the most heartbreaking things is when you realistically can't surpass a limitation. Because, there are some limitations you can surpass, there are some you can't. You never know until you try, and unfortunately, when you fail over and over and over again, there's no, sign from the universe telling you, hey, you're never gonna get this. You just have to either, keep up the hope and have it dashed and be upset, or just stop trying. And everybody makes that decision over and over again every day of their lives with things that they're passionate about and things that they're trying to do. There's a reason you guys don't see my face or hear my real name, and it's because there are things that I want out of my career that, to be frank, I don't ever want to have the taint of Dark Side Phil on them, but I do enjoy doing this, and it's fun. Otherwise, you'd be seeing my face at the very least. But there's this part of me that's like, I hope I get this thing that I've always wanted out of my career, and I would hate to have that be jeopardized by just somebody going, so what was this thing that you do, that you do online, making fun of this fat idiot? Like, yeah. That's what I do. That's what I do in my spare time. And what's this this statue you sculpted? Who's this young boy with a hand down his pants and a taco in his hand? What's that all about? Can you explain that to me in depth, please? I've got my notebook out. He needs a fart mic. Honestly, there's so many things that Phil does that he could probably pull some halfway decent entertainment out of people, even more, maybe morbid curiosity views if he just leaned into it. But his biggest problem is that he's so abnormal, but he's so insistent that he is normal. Where if he would just stop and kind of like Chatham said on the Side Scrollers interview, just own your shit, be who you are, just own your shit. But he wants to be, he wants to be the hapless victim at all times. He wants to be the fucking... He thinks he's perfectly normal when he's out of his goddamn mind. And it's just like, well, you can't do... I don't know. You just can't do both of those things, dude.
All right.
Oh, he's
back. There's nothing worse. All right? There's absolutely
poop
nothing
joke.
worse
Poop joke incoming.
than when you're trying to crush diamonds with Luke, but instead you're popping turtle heads in your share here.
There you go.
Anyway,
there you
while
go.
I was gone,
It's almost
the
like
Lucky
he's
Gremlin
unbelievably
gifted
predictable.
5 memberships. Congratulations to Hybrid, Felix the
Yo,
Biff
the
Cannon,
DoorDashians. That's
Honda
good.
Sumo
That's
Trading,
good,
and
Chud
Devo.
Goo. Fuck,
Very
man.
nice. Very good. Thank you very much for the support.
There's a
Brackets of the 478.
There's a video or a drawing or something in that.
helping
Keeping
it out
up with the
week, and like I said, we've had
DoorDashians.
a
There's
lot
a
of
skit there.
lost memberships
Holy
recently.
shit.
This helps a ton.
Don't let ALT hear that. That'll be a full-fledged skit by tomorrow. That man's on the grind. That's too good an idea to let someone steal.
First, let me get my glasses clean, and then we'll begin, shall we?
Yeah, you know what? RTU got to. I mean, I think Rich is a piece of shit, but he got to 1 million subs by owning his shit, by just owning who he is. Like it or not, for better or worse, that's how he got there.
Okay.
He is a scat man. He is a scat. In fact, since Phil is being such an absolute fucking chud, let's I want to share something. We're going to see just how much of a Scatman Phil actually is. I don't know if I've ever played any of my shorts, bro. I think this is the one. It's one of my favorites.
I'm a scout man.
I should have this on a soundboard.
I'm the one. Me. Reed.
There you go. I had to. You reminded me that I had to. I forgot. I forgot for a while that I did shorts. Look at this. Look at this shit.
He said, you know what, man? You just have them. He said, just have them.
Just have
take
them.
Hey Phil, so I brought the Street Fighter minifigs. Cool, dude. Can I see them? Sure, but why are you so insistent that I bring them? Well, I just wanted to see a full set. Just once, you know? I can't tell you how different my life would be if I could just get a full set. I hear you. These were pretty tough to get. They mean a lot to me. Totally, dude. If I could get just one full set, you know? I'm not asking for anything. I'm just stating facts. One full set would really change my life in a meaningful way, right?
2 hours later.
All right, Jesus, just have them. Wow, dude, you're like the nicest possible guy. Thank you very, 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 very.
He said, you know what, man? You just have them.
So that's the depth of my creativity and artistic prowess. That might be my magnum opus. So enjoy that. Now let's get back to Phil.
All right, local gnome. Round one.
I can't believe he's picking Luke. I can't believe he's just
Wow,
bodying Chodes
jab,
with Luke.
jab,
What a
diving
dick.
attack.
I wonder if he and this Cammy had a conference where they discussed whether or not they were having a proper competitive style competition,
I can't believe that
or they were just playing friendly so that he knew who he could choose and who he couldn't. I hope they took the time, because that's really the respectful way to do it. Yeah, Pit Lord. I don't know if I respect him, but I get where you're coming from. He's doing what he's got to do, I guess. I mean, what he could do is just get a real job, but he's not going to do that, so... Especially not once, 1 million people have told him that the dumb shit that he's doing is at least entertaining enough for them to support him, feed him money.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, get kicked in the back of the head, idiot. Get kicked by them cheeks.
She was either going to win or lose horribly.
Cammy's new design. Like, I'm gonna level with you. I know everybody loves the classic design because of the cheeks, but as a character designer, as somebody who fancies himself a character designer, as someone like that's where my passion lies. It's just character design. I love it. Cammy's new design is just it's a masterclass in character design. It's timely but timeless. It fits her character perfectly. It still accentuates all of the things that the fans liked about the classic character. It's just great, and it still gives me a bit of a stiffy. So it's excellent, absolutely excellent. Again, the coldest of takes, only the coldest of takes here on the Dark City Phil stream.
What's bullshit is, I should have had a big punish counter, and somehow she recovers instantly.
That's what, yeah. Well, why didn't you do that? Instead of telling us about it, why didn't you just do it?
What? Yeah.
Come on, Cammy. I want to hear him squeal.
That was, oh my god, that was fucking Dragon Punch. Dude,
There you go, girl. There you go, girl.
Come on, that's bullshit. Oh my god. What a
Ooh,
comeback.
damn.
It's so close.
She almost gave the British
Holy
style ass
shit.
whooping. She took the British style ass whooping.
What the fuck? Why'd you get that? I don't know why I'm getting hit.
And Pit Lord, I respect you for however you feel about Rich. You can feel how the fuck you want to feel about anybody. Just because I don't like somebody doesn't mean I'll fucking judge them. Well, I don't know. I guess that's not true because I do fucking think that Phil's fans are fucking insane. I would like to help them and free them from the pig noses, but that doesn't mean I don't think that they're fucking nuts. I'm going to take a quick break and refill my drink here, so, suffer.
Don't know why I'm getting hit. Don't know why I got hit. I didn't do anything. Sucks. It was a close match, at least. At least it was really close, but I don't know why I got hit by the normals. I'm just blocking and or trying to do my reversal dragon punch, and nope, no response. Still a great match, though. If only I knew the combos. If I knew the fucking combos with him, I'd probably be winning every match, but I don't know them, so I dropped them. Don't know why that beat me. That was parry, by the way. Nope, there's nothing I can do there. Bullshit. That was Dragon Punch, so where was it? No dash cancel. Hail Mary, if I blocked it, I won. Which is a Hail Mary fucking move that just happens to whiff my fucking, my normal.
Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? Is he beating on this Minnow?
Yeah.
Minnow.
Didn't want the sweep and it fucked me over completely.
I still think it's funny, and it floors me that nobody else has brought this up, or at least not that I've heard. But like,
I'll just take the
this
giant
woman's
damage
name is spelled M-A-N-O-N, and while I understand it's probably pronounced like Manon or something like that, because I believe the character is French, he's calling her Minnow while he was simultaneously playing a Legend of Zelda game where the primary antagonist in that game's name is spelled G-A-N-O-N. So why would you not just default to Menon?
I have no idea, 'cause I didn't do anything.
With maybe with a little bit of an accent on it? Like, it's so fucking weird to me. Minnow. But then he doesn't turn around and play Zelda and go, oh, I have to defeat the Demon King Gano.
Jesus, man.
He doesn't say that, and it's so fucking weird to me. I don't get it. I don't get it, but I'm asking him to be normal. I'm asking him to connect dots in his brain like a normal person does, and he don't do that.
She just fucking pressed it in the middle of my hit string. That was level 1, didn't come out.
I mean, is it an interesting observation, Pit Lord? I think it's just spelling. The only reason it even popped out of me is because he's playing the same, like, he was playing these two games at the same time, and it hit me, I think,
What the fuck? You're kidding
when
me.
he was playing Zelda, and I saw the name Ganon on the screen, and I was like,
Guess.
well, fuck, it's spelled the same fucking way.
Again, I'm losing every game to a Hail Mary guess. If that whiffed, I win the match. But they do all or nothing.
Gotta say, there's
dash,
something about
fucking
that,
drive, rush, fucking throw.
She got to build on her.
That's so frustrating.
I think she's low key gonna build up quite the fan base in this game for all the wrong reasons.
How the fuck do I have no drive meter?
Because his dad didn't say that Ganon is French. How do we know? How do we know where Ganon's from? We don't fucking know. I don't know. Somebody knows. I don't know the lore of Zelda. I'm not a huge Zelda fan. I also talk about things, you know, opinions I share with Phil. My favorite Zelda is Link to the Past, but I haven't played any of the 3D ones, I don't think. I just think I like 2D Zelda, and I tried to play, I guess I tried to play Ocarina of Time back in the day, and it didn't do it for me, so I just didn't play it.
Of course.
I just kind of realized it wasn't for me.
Be the right distance and everything.
RTU, consider RTU to have a Howard Stern format? That's interesting. Maybe I should swing by and check out his stuff. But the little I've seen of it leads me to believe that he's just kind of a piece of crap.
Oh my
but,
God,
you know,
he jumped over the
maybe I'm not being fair. Because to be fair, I probably haven't watched him enough to truly formulate an entire opinion.
No, that does not work. Not for full screen. She got stuffed.
She got stiffed.
All right, good stuff.
So my question is, when did he start playing Luke? Did he start playing Luke after he got bodied? Is this like, is what he's really low-key trying to do is learn the character in a way that protects his pride, so that when he does inevitably fight that guy again, he can beat him? Do we think that's what it is? I think that's a pretty good theory. And that seems logical. It seems like something he would do.
They're always ready. I can never hit anyone with Drive Impact. At this level, they're always ready. Why am I getting hit? It's bullshit. That move from mid-screen, it locks you down when you're in burnout. You can't do anything.
Oh, he started having like his own goon squad? Gotcha. Yeah, I guess I definitely didn't know that. I thought it was always just Rich by himself, which admittedly, sitting there by yourself and being entertaining enough to attract that many people, regardless of the weird shit that you're doing, it is a skill. It's definitely a skill.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Sketchy, it just kind of hit me. I was like, is that why we're playing Luke? Is that what this is? Not that we'd ever admit it. Alright, time to go do a battle. I spent enough time fucking around in the arena. Let's fucking do a robot fight.
See, she's just guessing with Hail Marys, and they just happen to hit.
Hail Mary, heard that a lot tonight. Hail Mary, it's all Hail Mary. Or maybe they just have a game plan, Phil.
Nothing I can do about that whatsoever. Look at the damage she gets on it.
Yeah, it's called a command grab, and you do it all the time with Zangief, so shut the fuck up. You do it all the fucking time.
No dash cancel. I had it. Block.
Come on, Minnow. No, that's not the way to do it. Finish his ass. I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burned to the ground. You remember Luke being really easy to pick up in the betas? Now, how is he drastically different from the Street Fighter V iteration? Like, I know they change everybody, you know, from one mainline game to the next. Everybody evolves. But is he drastically different? It feels like he came in so late in the game in Street Fighter V that they wouldn't go out of their way to, like, completely modify him. That seems
Hail
weird.
Mary. Drive, rush, throw. If it whiffs, you lose.
Well, I would hope Sketch that he's a top-tier character because he's on the cover. Like, it's very clear. It's very clear that Capcom is hedging their bets, and they're looking for a new poster boy for the franchise, beyond Ryu, which I think is smart. It is smart. You just as time passes, we're getting into this age where brands are getting to be like 30, 40, 50 years old, like entertainment brands, and eventually things have to evolve in some way. And as much as I love Ryu from my youth, I'm not saying he should ever not be there, but eventually, you know, it's going to make sense to at least try to see if you could possibly move on from him as the central character of the franchise. Maybe it won't work, but you know, it's worth trying. If it doesn't work out, you know, he's still there. You can always go back to the wandering Japanese ass kicker.
dash cancel.
God, mashing the fuck out of that stick. That poor stick. Oh no, where are the enemy robots? I forgot to look. Okay.
No dash cancel.
No dash cancel. Online combos. What's one of the other things he bitches about a lot? Man.
I had the match won. No dash cancel. It was literally mine.
Well,
Punish
technically,
dash cancel
look,
doesn't
you
come
had
out
every
until
match
the minute.
won
Come on.
when the announcer said fight, but then things changed as the fight progressed. That's how it works. Somebody should pay him to make Zelina Vega his announcer.
Right,
I remember that when they
One
announced her,
jumping.
Thea Trinidad, for to be the announcer for this game, and he was so butthurt and jealous that like somebody he knew existed got to be a part of a Street Fighter game before him. I would love for him to have to just sit there and listen to her all the time and bitch and moan and complain and whine.
Just guessing and spamming, and I can't do anything about it because DJ's too good with the fucking mix-up.
It's just guessing and spamming, dude. Look, I like any fighting game character that'll punch a motherfucker in the balls, 64-bit Ben. I actually think a fighting game, I love all of the polished martial arts, and they are the basis of fighting games, but I always thought a fighting game where characters kind of like fought, like the moves were a bit more real life would be fun. Like,
It's so ridiculous.
just random, like low finesse lockups, fucking biting a motherfucker in the arm because he grabbed onto you wrong, pulling hair, like shit like that. Like that's a real fight. I would love to see a fighting game that's like has all the technical skill of a fighting game, but the move sets are just like absolute fucking slovenly idiots trying to beat the shit out of each other. That'd be so much fun.
And then he has insane mix-ups. He's the best projectile user in the game because he has a double projectile that you can't stop, even with meter burn. What the fuck? Without godlike maneuverability.
Yeah,
around
life
that,
could have
there's
been a
not
lot different for Phil. I would agree with you 100% on that. Phil could have been a contender. Now he's just a chicken tender.
Now the connection off.
What are you gonna do? It's his fault. Where are we going here? Where are we going here? What are we doing?
Yeah, look, it's so choppy. I can do anything.
Oh, we gotta fight these robots over here. I can't run off yet. I gotta fight these fucking robots. Fucking robots everywhere. Missile time. So what do we got? Pink DJ now? Pink DJ. You know what? I'm really impressed that he can maintain a fight with both hands while a gentleman of DJ's particular persuasion is on the screen.
The match is so laggy, and it's just 40 milliseconds.
Oh, I thought you were serious, Sonic. Like, did he pull the gunners off? Did he pull them off? I love when I'm not wearing these fucking things, even though you paid for them, you fucking idiots. Which I actually just noticed he had the gunners. I didn't even pay attention. What's he at? My fucking chairs are in the way. Stupid fucking Mystery Science Theater seats. Oh, so he's exactly at 50. So some fucking dent, probably fucking Jax Raxer dropped it right off the bat. Oh, 64-bit Ben. I'm sorry. I am playing front mission first. So
Locked him in the corner.
this is the remake of the classic tax strategy RPG from the Super Nintendo. It was released on the Switch last year. I'm a big fan of this franchise. So if you ever played Final Fantasy Tactics, Tactics Ogre, XCOM, anything like that, this is one of the earlier games in that vein. But the uniqueness of this franchise is the mech battles and the fact that you can customize everything, like the legs, the arms, the body, the backpack, all the weapons. Everything is customizable for every unit in the game, which makes it a lot of fun. And the cool thing is that this remaster came out, and then when they announced this coming out, they announced that they're actually remastering 2 and 3 as well, and we're supposed to get them within the next year or so. what really annoyed me was and I love my Switch, and this doesn't require it any more powerful than a Switch, but I bought this on a Switch when I probably would have rather had it on my Xbox, and of course now I finally start playing it this week when it came out like 8 months ago, and they announced, oh, it's finally coming to the Xbox in like 2 weeks. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Yeah, I am a big fan of Front. I'm a big fan of Front Mission back when it was Front Mission, when they tried to turn it into a third-person shooter and everything else. It got pretty stupid. But I love this franchise in its tax strategy incarnation. The only one I haven't played is 5 on the PS2 because it never came to the US. It's supposed to be an absolute just masterful game, but I've never had a chance to play it because I've never really been into hunting down like fan translated ROMs and stuff. Just never really been my thing. I think I fucked up this battle though, to be honest with you, because I probably should have gone right over there to protect those trucks. It's a downside to not paying close enough attention.
Couldn't block it.
Actually, Chudgu, oddly enough, I was super hyped for the Advance Wars remake.
Frustrating.
When it was going to come out, or was it 1 and 2 Reboot Camp? Because I played 1 back in the day, and I really enjoyed it. But then Reboot Camp got pushed off because of the Ukraine war. They thought it was a bad look to release it, and I just kind of wrote it off. I'm hoping to eventually play it, but I haven't gotten there yet. Now, actually, honestly, the one I'm really excited about, and I haven't heard anything about it in a long time, was around the same time Advance Wars got announced. Metal Slug Tactics. They're actually making a Metal Slug tactical RPG that looks fucking awesome, and I don't know when it's coming out, but I really want to play Metal Slug Tactics.
It may be.
Well, if you enjoyed those games, 64-bit Ben, and you haven't played Tactics Ogre, actually, I started playing this finally because I had finally exhausted. What did I hit? I had finally exhausted Tactics Ogre. I was playing it for 8 months and did almost everything I wanted to do. There's still some more things I want to do, but I'm kind of worn out on it. But that game's fan. If you liked Final Fantasy Tactics, I mean, Tactics Ogre is the same designer, same director. It's like the prototype for Final Fantasy Tactics. And I think in a lot of ways it's better. Its story isn't as good, but gameplay-wise, I actually prefer it in a number of ways to Tactics. I would highly recommend it. I've lost track of the guy here. What's he doing?
I'm gonna stop doing the wall bounce at this point. I'm gonna try the light punch instead.
Yeah, stop doing it. Whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better about you, Phil, just do it. Oh God! Shut
What
right
the
in
fuck?
Face. Get fucked.
You're shitting me! No, I didn't do that. I did the dash into the overhead. It gave me level 3.
Yeah, no ignorance, Pitlord. There's a lot of different game types. So. When I say tactics, I mean in the XCOM sense. I am actually not as much of a fan of RTS. Like, I like to really think. I like turn-based stuff because I like to really think and have a little time to strategize. Admittedly, I suck at RTS. So yes, when I'm talking XCOM, I'm talking like full turn-based. You have your multiple units. Obviously, some have permadeath, some don't. XCOM's always known for its permadeath. This is not. There's no permadeath in this game. There's no permadeath in Tactics Ogre. I mean, there is permadeath in Tactics Ogre, but not just because you got, dunked on out of nowhere. It's a little harder to permanently die in Tactics Ogre.
No matter when I use it or how I use it, they always counter-drive.
But yeah, when I say tactical strategy RPG, I am specifically saying things like Triangle Strategy, Final Fantasy Tactics, XCOM, stuff like that.
Right. Of course, I was just slightly out of fucking range.
You know what, Pitlord? Actually, Gears Tactics has been on my fucking playlist on, what do you call it? On Game Pass. Game Pass? Microsoft Game Pass for a while now. Because like any tax strategy game I'm interested in playing, and I have yet to play Gears Tactics. Is it that good? Because it sits there, and every now and again I look at them. I'm gonna load you up one of these days. One that I played that I played recently that I was surprised how much I enjoyed was and I just recently beat it, was Warhammer 40k Mechanicus. It was one of the most unique, interesting, and different tag strategy RPGs I've ever played. I guess it was a cell phone game that they ported to consoles. But don't let that fool you. Mechanicus is, if you like the game style, Mechanicus is a great game. And I don't want to spoil it, but I dare say, like, it's the most unique combat system I've ever seen. And what makes it so unique is that when you start playing it, you have to go against, like, basically everything you assume you know, because it's one of these grid-based tactical RPGs, is wrong. And at first I hated it because I was like, I'm getting my ass kicked. I don't know how to play it. This is one of the hardest games I've ever played. And then I Google it, and on Google everybody's like, it's one of the easiest games I've ever played. And it's just because they designed the game to basically go against everything you would normally expect from one of these games, which ends up making it super duper unique. It's worth playing for sure.
Forward. I had it won against execution.
Okay, yeah, the guy got beat again. Sorry, I'm stopped playing. I stopped paying attention to the guy.
And it fucking gave me quarters.
Well, there's a couple actually, Pit Lord as well. There's a couple for Warhammer. There is Mechanicus, but I actually also have Space Hulk downloaded, and I haven't played Space Hulk yet. But Mechanicus is super unique. I would, and it's pretty cheap. I'd give it a look. If you like the genre, I'd give it a look.
All right, Kagome, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
No, fuck you.
Thank you for a $1 tip.
But you know, I love this. I love this game, this type of game so much. This style. If I were ever to have the opportunity to design a video game, I can guarantee you it would be one of these types of games. This is my favorite genre.
Why is everyone around 1-star diamond a fucking Minnow?
In fact, the only one I think I've ever played that I didn't like, I played because Ann Leet recommended it, which is Super Robot Wars. And I ended up hating Super Robot Wars because it's too goddamn easy. There is zero challenge to Super Robot Wars. It's just, and I love super robots and anime, and I'm just like, all I'm doing is dunking on everything, like in one shot. You're literally one-shotting everything from the beginning of the game, and it's kind of lame. I didn't like it. And then I looked it up online. I'm like, what am I missing? And everybody online is like, no, you just play Super Robot Wars for the animation and the crossover of all the franchises. It's not hard at all. And I'm like, well, that's dumb. Like, if it's not like, what do you call a tactical strategy game if there's no tactics and no strategy? Is that now Aliens Dark Descent? Is that a new one? I feel like that's a new game, right? I know they came out with that Aliens game that was like the Left 4 Dead derivative. I wanted to play that, and I never got it, because that's another game mode. So I almost actually, before I loaded this up tonight, I was going to play some Vermintide 2, because I'm a huge fan of Vermintide 2, but I genuinely debated my ability to play Vermintide and still talk to you guys. So I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to. I'll just get fucking shit on all night. But the time's going to come when I'm going to sit down here and stream with you guys and play Vermintide for sure, because that game is too good. All right, Aliens Dark Descent. I'm in.
Oh my god.
What's it on?
Just throwing out the
What's Dark Descent on?
Hits for a giant combo after over and over.
You know, I was actually talking 64-bit Ben. I was talking earlier tonight about 40K with the missus because she started watching the new season of The Witcher. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched any of it, but she started watching the new season of The Witcher, and I told her, you know, enjoy Henry Cavill while you can, because he's gone after this, and blah, blah, blah. But I'm super duper excited to see Henry Cavill produce his own 40K TV show. Because, man, the idea of a super nerd, like a super fucking 40K fan, being famous and powerful and rich and being able to make a 40K show, that is fucking hype. That is fucking hype.
What the fuck? Random level 2?
Okay, PC,
Random
I can do that.
Fucking screen. Wow, I was so outplayed. Random level 2 super in the middle of the game.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I love the idea of Henry Cavill like producing his own 40K show. That's fantastic.
Now she does a throw.
It's just gonna be such a good thing.
Look,
suck it, idiot.
This medium punch, it stops everything I do now.
Yeah, level up. Sit the fuck down. Roido. I also love the names in this series. Roido. The other thing I like about the Front Mission series is I'm a big fan of stories. Like I fancy myself a bit of a storyteller, and I like ongoing narratives. And while I appreciate things like the Final Fantasy series, where every game is its own encapsulated story, the cool thing about Front Mission not only takes place in our world in the distant future, but there is an ongoing narrative. So while every game has different protagonists, there are story beats that continue, or I should say not even story beats, plot points that continue from one game to the next, and characters that show up from one game to the next. So you know, that's why it bothers me that I've actually still never played Front Mission 5, because it's kind of like I haven't seen the end of the story, because it all went off the rails after that. But I'd really like to play 5 just to kind of see where all this culminated. We need to use an item.
Of course, regular random jump. Random jump.
Random
Okay.
jump.
Oh,
Not intentional whatsoever.
Yeah.
They didn't
It's
jump
annoying
because it was
I'm
the
trying
smart thing to
outplay,
do
and
to
they
beat
literally
you.
Just stand for mid-screen. Safe move. Safe move. Safe move. Safe move. Safe move. Okay, so when do I get a chance?
Yeah, Pit Lord again. I don't know much about it other than Henry Cavill's gone after this, and I know everybody's upset about it. So I'm not surprised to hear that the finale's probably pretty stupid. And I know, what is it? Chris Hemsworth's brother, his brother, is playing Geralt after this, right? So there's like, I'm sure they've got some weird way to make that make sense, or maybe they just want to address it. I don't fucking know. I don't pretend to understand how Hollywood works. I mean, I'm in an adjacent industry to entertainment, at least children's entertainment, and I still don't get how any of it works. Doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Every executive I deal with is a chode. It's a total chode. Yes, there you go, 64-bit Ben. Speaking of which, if you're a Gundam fan, you know, we can talk about that all night too. I'm a massive Gundam fan as far as the Universal Century goes. But yes, that is what got me into Front Mission. It is basically Gundam without, like, it's a super robot anime without the super robots. It's you know what? Here's the perfect way to put it. It's 8th MS Team. If you're a Gundam fan, you get it. It's not Mobile Suit Gundam. It's Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS Team. That's what Front Mission is. It's about the real everyday people who have to deal with this insane fucking giant robot war. Oh, they only dropped half the season? Wild. You know, you would play FF if Cloud comes back as playable, like in a sequel? Don't you have enough Cloud at this point? I mean, you're talking to a guy who's a diehard Final Fantasy VI fan, and while I love 7, I do think it's a tad bit overrated. 6 is my Final Fantasy. That's the when people try to tell me 7 is the best, I get a little and when people try to tell me 9 is the best, I ask them, you know, what they've had today and where I can get some of it, because that's just pure insanity. I love 9 too, but it's not the fucking best one. Oh, just die, you bitch.
What happened?
You know, one of the mechanics I do love about Front Mission is how you have weapons that'll hit different body parts at random, and weapons that'll just focus on one body part, and so on and so forth. And there's so many different ways to defeat enemies, like just by disabling arms and legs and stuff. It's not like they just have one health pool. They have 4 health pools. They have their legs, their torso, their left arm, and right arm. And destroying every one of those basically alters the dynamic of fighting that suit in some way. And this game doesn't have it, but later games in the series, specifically 4, had this really cool mechanic where you could link, like as you played the game, you got link points. And you could use link points to basically connect character actions. So kind of like, say if you're playing a character and an enemy comes up with melee weapons and tries to smash your mech this character's mech, you could have like a sniper linked to immediately turn and fire off a shot in advance to protect that mech, or another mech that was standing by a few squares away to like rush in and attack them with a melee weapon. And as the game went on, you got these more and more like detailed links built up to a point where just clicking a button one time could result in like an almost cinematic battle where like 5, 6, 7 actions are all happening in a row because of the links that you had set up. God, Front Mission 4 it was the worst, probably the worst story of the mainline series, but the best gameplay. At least, again, from what I played. I never got to play Scars of War, so. FF17, don't hurt me. I haven't played Final Fantasy since 13 because I think they're ass now. So don't tease me. It's probably my all-time favorite video game franchise, and I have all but given up on it because I think they have. I'm with Phil. They've lost their way, dude.
What the hell?
And again, I hate it. I hate it that I agree with him on it. It pisses me off that I agree with him on it. You know what? Mystic Quest was a great place to start, dude. That was its whole purpose. That was its purpose. The purpose of Mystic Quest was to get Americans into the harder games by giving them something a little easier in kind of the core spirit of what the franchise was, to ease them into it. That was the whole point. And I thought I did an excellent job of it. It's a fun little game. Yeah, man, now's a good time to get into Front Mission because I'm telling you, I think, I want to say before the end of this year, we are supposed to have the remake of Front Mission 2, and then the remake of Front Mission 3 is supposed to be coming sometime next year. So, yeah, I don't know what inspired them to do this. I would certainly hope it means they're making another Front Mission, but probably not. But it is, you know, Front Mission fans, or at least the fans of the classics, are eating good right now, or they will be very soon, I guess, once 2 comes out at least. You know, believe it or not, the most recent Front Mission game actually came out in like 2019. If you're unaware of it, Google a game called Left Alive. I remember when advertisements for it first started coming out, it was barely advertised at all, but people were confused because it looked like a Metal Gear game, and the reason for that was because Yoji Shinkawa, the character designer for all the Metal Gear games, did the character designs for it. And it was a third-person shooter where you could jump in and out of mechs, and it took place in the Front Mission universe, but it was so drastically different from, even from that shitty Xbox 360 Front Mission they did that was a third-person shooter. It was so drastically different from that, they didn't even put Front Mission in the title. They just called it Left Alive. But it was a game in the Front Mission universe, and it was critically fucking just panned when it came out. They destroyed it, so I've never actually played it. But believe it or not, the most recent canon Front Mission game only came out like in 2019. Secret of Mana is tangentially related to Final Fantasy, so I'll allow it. You can talk to me about fucking JRPGs on the stream, buddy. I'm a fan. I apologize. I've completely lost track of Phil. I know he rage quit. What a bitch.
Interesting how it happened right at the end of the first round where I beat them. It's
Yeah.
almost as if it was timed perfectly with my win because they were very upset about losing the first round. And they
Yeah.
couldn't, right?
Who would get upset about losing a round? What kind of degenerate piece of shit would get upset about losing a round? Tell me, Phil. What kind of degenerate piece of shit would get upset about that? Nothing to say? No? Okay. It's almost like you're just highly regarded.
Maxters X Masters is the name of their freaking clan.
You just have zero fucking self-awareness. You
Masters clan.
fat sack of shit. God, you're the worst.
Good parry.
I think I spent too much time in the arena training up these mechs, because might not look like it, but I'm flexing on these bitches in a game where you don't normally get to flex on bitches. A lot of leans happen. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I don't even have his chat up because I don't give enough of a shit.
No dash cancel.
since you dislike RTS and prefer turn-based, have you ever tried Total War? I have tried Total War. So the first Total, what the fuck was it called? The feudal Japanese one. Oh fuck, I can't think of it. There was a Total War that was like, I believe it was the second one that was all about feudal Japan. Somebody dropped that to me on PC back when I was in college, and I really enjoyed it. And I think they have a Warhammer Total War as well, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend to be like a hardcore fan of Total War, but the few that I've played have always been really good. And it is actually one of those franchises that I forget about constantly, but whenever someone brings it up to me, I'm like, oh yeah, I should fucking play more Total War. Like, yes, I'm aware, and yes, thank you, Total War. So Total War Shogun 2. Someone just gave it to me. I think it was a girl that I was dating in college. She caught on to my interest set, and I guess she had a copy of it for some reason. I wish I could recall why, and so she gave it to me. Pretty fucking cool gift, if you ask me. Yes, Total War Shogun. Is Total War Egypt coming out? Is that the next one? You know, actually, you know, I say I don't like RTS, but you know the one I do like? I'm pretty sure it's like quintessential RTS. I did grow up playing Age of Empires, the original Age of Empires. Man, you want to talk about a fucking lit time for me as a gamer. So back in the 90s, when my parents got our first home PC, right? Like back in the day when there weren't a million computers in everyone's house, they got us a Dell desktop computer, and part of the deal when they purchased it was we got this binder full of CDs, just tons of different games, right? And in that fucking binder, no bullshit, in that binder you had G-Police, which was a really fun third-person flying shooter game, which is more of like a cult classic that I know about because of that. But when I say picture this, I mean because the other two games that came in that binder were The Neverhood, which if you have never played it, Doug TenNapel's magnum opus, maybe the best point-and-click adventure of all time outside of maybe Myst. But if you're an artistic type like myself, The Neverhood is top of the pops, and then the original Age of Empires, and I got them for free. They just came with the computer that my parents bought, and I was fucking obsessed with Age of Empires. Though admittedly, my shtick on Age of Empires was putting in the passwords to get all the bullshit, like the Corvettes that could shoot laser beams and the babies on tricycles with shotguns, like all the OP shit. I just wanted to go mow over everybody to a point where I actually downloaded, when it hit Game Pass a couple months ago, I downloaded Age of Empires 2 on my Xbox, and I still haven't even loaded it yet because I was like, I don't know all the passwords. Like, I just want to steamroll shit, and I know I'm not going to. I'm a bitch sometimes. I guess that's the primary difference between me and Phil, is he's a bitch all the time. I'm just a bitch sometimes. Nothing wrong with an HP back in the day, dude. Uh-oh. F in the chat for Philium, or is that me? Say, Darkside Phil's a bitch. If you still hear me in the chat. Yeah, don't forget Gateway. Good. I'm glad to know that I'm appealing to the elderly crowd. I think ALT would be happy to see how many of us are as old and crotchety as he is.
All right, are we good? Can you hear me again? Yeah, and Mike died in the middle of the round. No, what I was saying is, like, that, all that Ken did, he stood at mid-range and just pressed medium punch.
All he did was kick the shit out of me, dude.
Ken is just a better version of Luke. I believe it.
All he did was beat me up. I mean, it's not like he, did anything, like, impressive, dude.
That game was, I was looking for the opening. Like, when do I attack? Because literally, it's a string of kicks and punches, and it never ends. And then...
Yeah, it's Ken Masters, dickhead.
Oh, dash cancel again.
He's like the second most important character in the franchise. They're not going to make him bad.
Has to have a time when it has to stop. Ken seriously doesn't. So I don't know what you're supposed to do besides, outplay his own. Like, don't allow him to get to mid-range.
Don't allow him.
And every time that I try,
Us
to
over
mix him up,
35
he
grandpas,
fucking
indeed.
smashes jab,
Indeed.
and the jab beats everything too. So either I mix up, he mashes.
I can even handle being an over 35 grandpa if I wasn't so goddamn weird, but like I'm into some weird stupid shit. I'm just
It's just too good. I tell
and I wear it all on my sleeve. I think that's my biggest problem. Is like one day I just decided I was gonna stop hiding all of the weird shit that I'm into and just kind of own it.
I did not get any other tips.
And it's very empowering. However, on the same token, you also have to own it. You have to own all the stupid shit that you're into, and people start finding out about it.
Hopefully the mic stays working now. Yeah, guys, I don't know what
Yeah,
to say.
there
I'm
you go.
gonna
That's
keep
perfect.
trying.
I would have won if I
Nothing can
didn't
do.
lose, Q.
Just keep trying to
That's
play
perfect.
basics and win, but it's tough, man, against these fucking people. Another
Yes,
game,
fucking
another
Comic
game,
Zone, man. That's
every normal
you know what,
Saturday.
hard as fuck.
Seriously.
I love beat 'em ups. I do also love beat 'em ups. Comic Zone was hard as fuck, but it was fun to play. It's funny because my third tier choice tonight, so I was like, I'll play some Front Mission, or maybe I'll play some Vermintide, or maybe I'll play some Streets of Rage 4, because I can always go for some Streets of Rage 4. I actually firmly believe that Streets of Rage 4 is the greatest beat 'em up of all time. And to be able to say that like the greatest game in a genre of all time was made in just the last few years is such a good feeling. Like to know that as a fan of a genre, like you're eating that well is such a good feeling.
I can't do anything to that. What do they want me to do?
That's one of those, like, I love to bring up Streets of Rage 4 with Steve of the Dead, just because of the pure, like, enthusiasm that both of us get when I do.
No dash cancel.
We both just kind of immediately get chubbed up because it's such a good game.
All her normals be mine.
Oh, you bitch.
All of
you
a sudden she has to
bitch.
throw from mid-screen.
I think Pit Lord. I think getting older is not only weird. I think it's
ready.
it's specifically
He's ready for
weird
driving back.
for our generation because, for a lot of reasons. I'm not gonna go into because I'll be rambling all night. Our generation is not only the first generation that kind of embraced, not necessarily growing up all the way, but is sort of proud of it. You know, that's how you get things like a 41-year-old man who's this obsessed with Street Fighter. You know, I'm never entirely gonna grow up, and I'm okay with that because I personally I've accepted that you can grow up in the ways that matter and stay young in the ways that matter. And my excuse is that, you know, my career depends on my ability to do that. But you know, the reality is I think that's just a perk because that's kind of how I wanted to be anyway. I've always said my entire adult life is I'm going to be a member of the first generation to heavily play video games in our 80s, and I'm like, I'm kind of proud of that. It's pretty fucking cool.
How long is it taking for my meter to come back?
Yeah, beat 'em ups. TMNT is obviously the gold standard. Turtles in Time. I never played the Slaughterhouse series because I never had a Genesis, so I've actually never played a Slaughterhouse, but I'm aware of them.
Her normals are too good. Her normals are
You know,
insanely safe, faster than
if you
most
haven't
people's.
played them, so if you're a beat 'em up fan, I'm sure you absolutely played the Kunio-kun games. But I know a lot of people, just because of their presentation, didn't play River City Girls. Dude, River City Girls is the first one is fantastic. Number 2 came out last year, and it is an absolute fucking banger. I actually think it's probably the second best beat 'em up of the last decade, outside of I think it's better than Shredder's Revenge, but it's not as good as Streets of Rage 4. And I thoroughly fucking enjoyed River City Girls 2 and fully intend to play through it multiple times. I leveled up all the characters in it. I played it with my kids. Like I played through it. I was going back and having them help me level up characters. Like, it's just River City Girls 2 is so good. I mean, the first one is still great and worth playing, but you could easily jump into 2 and miss nothing. It's a fantastic game. Well, yeah, actually, the Lee brothers from Double Dragon are in River City Girls as shop owners because
All her normals be mine, so
because Arc System Works purchased
Look at that, what the fuck
the
happened?
rights
I don't
to
even know
all
what
the Kunio-kun and Double Dragon games in like 2015. And by the way, there's a new Double Dragon coming out. I was aware of it. I knew it was in the works for a while, but I saw an ad for it the other day. There is actually it's a prequel. It's called Double Dragon: Rise of the Dragons. It's like about teenage Billy and Jimmy Lee. I'm very excited for it. Very excited for it.
contest here. She's too good.
Well, it's nice of you to admit that. Yeah, God, that fucking kick. Is there anything hotter in this game than that fucking kick? When Kenny just fucking executes people with those fucking with those thick ass legs.
Top-ranked character back to back to back, and is just completely being outplayed because they're so much
You
better.
know, I've never played Revenge of Shinobi. I'm
trying to
below with
wake
you.
up Jab like everyone
I
does.
try to play them all, man, but I'm old and I run a household.
My wake up jab. That's insane.
I'm happy to be
How
able to
good
play
a
everything.
fucking pro is.
I'm happy to have been able to sink as much time into Diablo 4 as I have. That was another one I considered playing tonight. Was sitting and playing Diablo 4. But the honest truth is, I'm very close to the end of the campaign, and I didn't want to play the end of the campaign on stream. I wanted to actually pay attention to it. So.
I don't know. All right. Well, I have a $2 tip here.
From who?
From the Scrub.
Some
10
bitch.
straight wins for Luke. I'll tip $200 and a 100-member bomb. Dude, I
Did
can't
you
get
really
my
not
diamond
kill
no
him?
way.
God damn.
Impossible.
Execute a motherfucker already. Let's go.
Challenge that can't happen.
Think I got all night to wait for you to kill this one fucking guy?
Never happening.
Dude, get bent. Get the fuck out of here. He's still not dead.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, Final Fight is classic, dude. Final Fight actually has Street Fighter connections because Cody and Guy have been in multiple Street Fighter games. That's a Capcom classic, my guy. Final Fight is an absolute Capcom classic, no doubt.
Yeah, I have no clue what this is. What is this? Get the fuck out of here.
Hit me. A beat 'em up I haven't played that's good.
There, it was like a weird glitch. Popped up on my
Knights
screen.
of the
Wouldn't go away.
Round. Do I know that one? I know.
What the fuck? I wanted to go to inbox.
What is it?
There we go.
Dungeons and
Wow.
Dragons.
Yeah, I ended up
Was
on
it
some
Shadow of
screen I never seen
Mystaria?
before. I was like, what is this? Okay, now it's
I know because I'm only guessing because it sounds like a medieval one. I know. What the fuck was that really good medieval one on the Super Nintendo that I used to play? That was so hype.
Like I said earlier, we were fighting Hondas.
Yeah, well, Dungeons and Dragons, the Shadow over Mystaria or whatever. That's the Dungeons and Dragons. It's really good. If you like that game and you've never played it,
Here we go again, dude.
it was
It's like
unfortunately
nonstop night
a
and day when I was
PS3
playing
exclusive, and there is a PS4 port of it. But if you've never played Dragon's Crown, holy fuck, go play Dragon's Crown. It is actually probably, in my opinion, it's probably the second best beat 'em up of all time after Streets of Rage 4. I still go back and play it on my PS4 quite often because I have the enhanced version of it. Dragon's Crown is a fucking beautiful game, and you know if you like the booba, there's a lot of booba in it. But even without that, it's just an incredible game.
Player who can't handle anything.
A fantasy beat 'em up with RPG elements. So there's actually a whole progression system where you're actually leveling your character, and there's constant loot drops, a la Diablo. So like if you're a fan of action RPGs, basically Dragon's Crown is Diablo meets Streets of Rage.
Right there, I should have done it.
Dragon's Crown is so fucking good. It's so fucking good.
And do that.
Okay, so you're aware of Dragon's Crown. Yeah, it's goddamn it's just such a good game. Ooh, we got classic non-hobo Ken. Dope. I thought Ken was only poor like DSP in this game.
So he's a pattern Ken player.
Nice, won my battle. Mission completo. I lost one unit right at the end because I wasn't paying attention, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We'll repair it. It's over. I knew I shouldn't have gotten into a battle because I'm not paying attention to the guy. This is his stream, for fuck's sake. And I'm not paying enough attention to the guy. Why can't I enter town?
Probably game, I think. We're close. If it's not game, we're very close.
Weird. Buttons in this game are weird, I will say that.
We're very close.
It's like confirm isn't always confirm. It's always like every new option or every new thing you're trying to do. Like entering a town is a different confirm button than confirming going into a battle. It feels very
pattern.
weird.
If you beat his pattern, he doesn't know what to do. He literally.
Hey, Hachi Mishima, if you were a dwarf, that is an excellent way to describe the Dragon's Crown dwarf. That's fantastic. Yes. That's a great way to describe it. Jesus Christ. Kudos to the guys who have done this fucking Street Fighter restream for years. Not only have I not focused here, but I feel like I've been doing this for 5 hours already.
He literally doesn't know how to play Street Fighter. He just plays a pattern. He's 1-star diamond.
He doesn't know how to play the game the way I do, the way that the pros do. He only knows how to play like a pattern that he saw on the internet. And I don't agree with that behavior, dude.
Not what I did. Not what I did either. There we go. Told you, pattern can.
He doesn't know the game like I do.
They don't know how to play the game at all. There's 2 easy wins.
Nothing
They just
impressive.
don't get it.
Nothing meaningful.
Okay. Let's see here. Received a $1 tip.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Captain
Bro,
Commando. I actually
how about I
saw
give
the other
$200
day, I
to
saw
get
this
100
YouTube
for 5
short
straight wins, you
because
can
I'm a
play
I'm a
first game.
nerd and I
Listen,
like
I'm
lore
not
and I
looking
like
out. I'm just gonna play.
theories.
If I get
I
it,
saw
I'll
a
get it.
YouTube short the other day that theorized that Captain Commando is actually Luke from Street Fighter, or I should say Luke from Street Fighter 6 is Captain Commando, and I gotta say it was pretty convincing. Mostly just based on the fact that I believe the original Captain Commando actually takes place next year. And so they were comparing like the movesets of the characters, and they were like, what if Capcom is like low-key, you know, pulling a fast one on all of us, and Luke is actually Captain Commando. I'm like, all right, I'm into it. Cool. I like Captain
Oh my
Commando.
god, he read it.
I just want to know where Baby Commando is. Where's he at while all this is going on? Why ain't he street fighting?
Good block.
Good job, Honda. You've impressed the Pig Roach. Impressive enough for him to say one nice thing. Congratulations, idiot. Wait, what do I have to do to buy? Oh, this game is so weird sometimes. Yes, I want to buy items, but I don't know. I want to put them directly in my backpack.
That doesn't work. No, no.
It doesn't work in offline play, dude.
Yes. Yes.
Look at that gamer face. Look at that. For a guy who doesn't take any of this seriously, it's just for funsies. Look at that fucking gamer face. He is so fucking dialed in. Unbelievably dialed into what he's doing. And I can't help but notice zero commentary unless he's bitching about getting his ass kicked. It's the only time he opens his little snout. Yeah, fuck this
Good
guy.
parry, good parry.
The only reason you're saying something nice is because you know you're about to beat him. That's literally it. You said good parry because you know you're about to beat him. God, you're so fucking see-through.
Very good.
You're so fucking see-through. He's like, I know I got this beat, so I'll compliment him just so that people don't think I'm an absolute piece of shit.
No jab. Wow. He can't get in on Luke. Luke is too good, man. Can't get in.
Yeah, it's Luke. It's not you. God, he can't, like, he's just so skeevy about everything. He can't even, like, I'm so good. He's like, it's the character, dude. Because, oh, god damn. He's just so fucking awful about everything.
Wow. Okay.
Phil's 3 head? He's got like a 5 head. To me, it's like, oh, an SSJ 3 4 head. Yeah, I get it. I get it. What's the deal with Phil's 4 head shape? I mean,
Come on.
it's 5 head. It's classic 5 head. I guess what's weird about it, though, is only 5 head on one side. Although, I gotta say, look at him right now. Like, we all know,
Oh, see, I
we
didn't
all know
that. That I
that
did not know.
the hairline on his right, our left, goes insanely high. But look how fucking high it is on the other side. Like, it ain't low. I know it's offset, but it ain't low on the other side, for fuck's sake. Oh, well, that, I mean, Sonic Jaded, that goes without saying. Phil is absolutely, like, Phil's entire life is trapped in a mental loop. It started when he got beat at EVO in 2005.
No, I didn't do that. That's
He's been in the
bullshit.
same loop ever since. It's been Groundhog Day. It's what he's living. Dude refuses to progress.
Wow.
Wow, I'm
Oh
so
my
good.
God,
I'm so
wow.
good, dude. Wow.
He recovers so fast from that level 1 super. It's absolutely insane. That is so ridiculous.
It
the
is.
recovery on
It's super insane, dude. You're so good at this.
Alright.
I don't know why everyone isn't just telling you how good you
Ridiculous. If you just throw
At
it
all
out, throw it out,
times.
throw it out like that. Barely Legal gifted 5
Son of a
memberships.
bitch.
Thank you so much. Also, thank you to Yegivni, who also did a super chat.
Yeah,
5 memberships.
Yegivni.
One went to the Stranger, one went to Ultrasonic Assquake, one went to Brink Double Tap, one went to Casual, one went to Kevin. Thank you. Okay. Whew.
What is going on here? What the fuck? Alright, why not? Got so much money saved up from just dunking on those assholes in the arena. Got so much fucking money to spend, dude. Gotta be upgrading all these idiots. Assquake. You know what, Ghost Hunter, try drawing that fucking thing sometime. That's all I'll say about that. I've tried so fucking hard in the past to just draw his head in general. It is a fucking nightmare. It's fucking impassable, dude.
By the way, that's a 5-win streak, the scrub. You said 5 wins. There it is.
Oh, was he gonna pay him?
5-win streak.
Is someone gonna pay him? Is that what we're bitching about? Who offered to pay him? Yeah, the scrub. Get fucked and come pay me, you fucking idiot.
Oh no.
Come pay me, dude.
Wow.
His face was designed to lack a lot of things on every level, Bitlord, but I get you. Sonic Jaded, I have seen the movie Looper. I remember it. It was Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis, right? The one where he's like a guy who's trying to kill himself in the future or something.
I tried to parry. I don't know what happened. Definitely didn't parry.
Ryan Johnson's big hit before he went and directed The Last Jedi and ruined his reputation forever. I remember.
Wow, I beat him again. That's 6 straight. Wow.
So good, dude. I beat him,
So much
Amy.
for these freaking
Am I so
Hondas.
good at this
Hondas pose
game?
no threat. It's only the top tier right now, right?
These Hondas are
paying no
bitches,
threat at all. So
dude.
that's a 6-win streak. So DeScrub, who said he was going to do some contributions for a 5-win streak, which I just read from the tip. Let's see if it happens.
Yeah, to scrub. Get in there, you stupid idiot.
So congrats to the 5 people who got those. gift
You
memberships
you
from
said.
Barely Legal. That's gonna hopefully get us up to 484 tonight. I think we're at 484. Oh God, we're gonna have a high-ranked Dalsim. I'm gonna get so bodied right now. I really am. I'm gonna get destroyed right now. That color is distracting.
Fuck is he whining about? That the color's not good? Yeah, this is kind of rough. I think that's part of the reason I've just completely lost interest is he's
I
just
didn't even do that. Wow.
he's just beating up on idiots. Who gives a fuck? Honestly, he's just fucking beating up on idiots. I don't give a shit.
Oh no, that's it. Combo. He fucked up. What happened? Very good parry.
And a beat 'em up stream?
Oh come on, this is just ridiculous. This is
Maybe.
absolutely ridiculous.
Maybe.
I
mean,
that
I could hop over and play Streets of Rage right now. That wouldn't be hard to do. Be relatively quick and easy, I believe, anyway. Not I've said that I'm sure there's some reason I'm wrong, but pretty sure I could just hop over and play some SOR and it wouldn't be a big deal. I just don't think on this Xbox I necessarily have everything downloaded. And part of me would like to play River City Girls 2 more, because the game's so fucking good.
Fucked it up. You saw that, right? You saw that beat it clean.
Yeah, it beat it
No,
clean.
no, I didn't want
We
that
all
buff
saw
right
it. We
here.
all get exactly what you're talking about when you say beat it clean.
We're not.
Clear as mud. Clear as mud, buddy.
Oh, what he's doing? You gotta be kidding me! The moment. Literally the moment. The absolute moment.
The moment what? What the fuck are you talking about? The moment what? You know why you feel that way, Sonic Jaded? Because there's always a scat joke coming. It doesn't end. It's not like the scat jokes are never far away. We're always seconds from a scat joke.
Can't block.
Oh, I just want this fucking Dalsim. Because wasn't it Dalsim that fucked him, or that he got fucked with? Like when Luke fucked. I want this Dalsim to just fucking destroy him so badly. Because, you can't. When you play Dalsim with Luke, Luke is always gonna win because he's like a top tier character, dude. Oh, this is so good. This is my favorite match of the night. Fuck this guy. Because I'm pretty sure Dalsim was the one that, right? It was the one that he got fucking dunked on with, and he threw his fit, and he made a big fucking deal about it. And now here we sit, watching this Dalsim absolutely just push his shit in, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Fuck you, buddy.
No! My God.
No, my God. Yeah.
Well,
Fuck
RC
you.
$6.66 tip from Soundmaster. I like the cut of your jib at play.
Yay! Dalsim's my new favorite. Dalsim top tier, confirmed. There it is. It's done. Commit him to the annals of history. He's the
I knew I
goat.
was gonna get beat. I don't know the fight at all. I don't know how to fight Dhalsim with this guy. I fucking just started playing him today.
Well, wait, no, but it's Luke that's the problem. Come on, Luke is the best. We know that. We all know that.
My drive impact with back roundhouse. It went like that up kick. It beat it clean. It was one hit. It wasn't even like it absorbed. It just beat it.
Well, if
Outright clean. I
look,
wonder if that works.
I just don't understand why that Dhalsim didn't know that we were playing in a casual and not a hardcore competitive stream. I don't know why they didn't understand that.
Their promise or not. I accomplished what they had challenged me to do, but I can't hold anyone to anything.
I
right?
can't hold it. I can't make them pay me, and I can't make them do it.
Well, time to get owned again.
Get him, DJ. Be my hero. Be my champion. Even though I hate your new haircut, I like the old days. Give me old DJ back. I think that hair is scuffed, my friend. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Well, yeah, no, was it challenges, not bounties, Pit Lord. Challenges. Oh, they're all challenges now. We don't say bounties. Oh, DJ, don't give it up, you bitch. You had this, Pig Roach. Oh, you
I don't know why he
bitch.
took the punch, but he did.
But he did. Yes, that Dhalsim did. There it is. Comment of the night. That Dhalsim brought all of his official MLB. His garb, his regalia, whatever fucking stupid term Phil used.
One random drive
That's the
impact,
one.
1-3,
That's the
stupid.
one.
I threw out Hail Mary. Look at his damage from one drive impact.
From one Hail Mary, he threw out one single Hail Mary. What a bitch. What a dumb bitch.
Get the fuck out of here. Your one hit, that was a 50% damage. Yeah, right. Okay.
God, you're an insufferable prick when you win. You were just the worst. Just the fucking worst. You have to learn to be a good loser before you can be a good winner, dude.
Look how fast that shit
All right. Well, I think I'm definitely done with this for the night, and I'm gonna level with you, boys.
It's like I'm expected to react to that. It's a full screen.
I gotta
instant
get
dash
up in the
into a
morning
full stuff.
and
That's
take
either
the
an
kid,
overhead, a throw,
one of the
How the
kiddos
fuck
to
do I react to
karate
that?
class.
Jeez.
So I think I'm probably gonna close up shop here pretty soon. Although I have enjoyed this quite a bit, and I appreciate you guys hanging with me. And I definitely don't think I want to stay here for the rest of the night, because he normally goes to like 12:15 or whatever 9:15 his time. I don't know. I want to fuck with this whole time. So I might watch another match or two and then call it.
Nothing I can do about that.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely doesn't. He only shuts the fuck up in the middle of a match. He'll let you know about every win and loss.
That's
There's
probably
always
game.
something to
I bet
say,
that's game.
but he never shuts the fuck up in the middle, or he only shuts the fuck up in the middle of a match when he's going full gamer face.
That's insane. He does too much damage. I really feel DJ is doing too much damage.
You feel he's doing too
Why
much
the
damage
fuck
because he
after
whipped your
one
ass.
counter
That's
hit,
why
he
you
just
care.
gets
You
50,
care because he whipped
60%
your
every
ass.
hit he does. Even without
Yep.
level 3, he can do that damage.
You care because he whipped
Why?
your ass. Shut
That's
the fuck
fucking
up.
broken.
You suck. You suck. Get beat. Fuck off.
Right.
Right. Oh my god, dunk on him, DJ. Yes. Oh, send me home happy, daddy. Yeah, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Well, he just chewed up your super, bitch.
Nothing I can do.
Nothing. Yeah, goddamn right. Nothing you could do. Get fucked in that corner. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna watch another match or two. But if you guys are heading out, if you do, have a good night. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. It's a lot of fun. I really want to do this more
Wake
often.
up, Hail Mary level
This is
2.
very, very relaxing and meaningful for me.
Scrub City.
But yeah, admittedly, I got enough stuff to do. I'm not gonna be on this too much longer. Not tonight. Let's return. You can all look at the beautiful front mission main menu because it is so pretty. You can stare at that for the end of the night. I feel bad ducking out after like the last 30 minutes of the stream, but this guy is not worth it. This guy is not worth it. I know I still gotta go fucking have a little snack and say hi to Mrs. Darcy, who was nice enough to put the kids down for me.
Look at that. What did he do to hit me there?
Fuck around a little bit before
Literally
bed. What he did was kick your ass. Shut the fuck up. What he did was one. What he did was one. That's it.
Better than I thought originally. I think he's broken. From
Yeah, no, you didn't think he was good because you suck. Because you're bad. You're bad at this game. Because it's not Street Fighter 2 DJ. It's Street Fighter 6 DJ, and you didn't care to spend the time to learn it. That's it. That's all it is.
Everything in this move except for the
It's
fireball,
none of
right,
the things you're
is
saying.
emotion.
And all of the things I'm saying. All of them. God damn. What
I
a
actually feel like
fucking
he's way better than I
bitch.
thought he was originally. Of course, keep in mind, when I first played, I didn't know how to use him. I didn't understand.
Well, why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? I understand why you came up with that name now. It's the perfect way to say goodnight. Thank you, brother.
I think he's fucking crazy good. The more I see, it's like
I hope to see you again
this
next
is
time.
Wild, dude. Absolutely fucking wild.
Yeah,
how much
sit time clap
damage this
indeed.
character is doing. Out of fucking control.
Out of fucking control because he beat me, dude. DJ is now all of a sudden overpowered because
So let's see. Here.
he beat me one match, so now he's
25
OP.
is top tier based on win percentages from Capcom's current data. Ken Marisa, Ryu. Nah, see, it's bullshit. Ryu is not top tier.
Ryu
at
is
all.
not
No
top
fucking
tier. He's
way.
not top tier because I
There's
can't
no
win
way he's
matches
top
with
tier.
him.
I
He's
think
not top tier. It's bullshit.
Mano, JP, Cammy, Jury, and Liu. Yeah, I don't believe that at all. Marisa too. Sorry, I mean, just because people are winning, maybe there's a couple really good players, but there's no fucking way that they're top tier. I don't believe that.
She's not top tier because Dark Side Phil isn't winning matches with her. Do you understand? Do you understand?
That doesn't sound right to me at all.
Say it again, and you're fucking banned. Say it again. Say Maurice's top tier again. I
think
fucking
DJ's
dare you.
crazy good. The more I'm telling you, the more I see here, the more broken he looks to me.
All right, you big suit coat wearing bitch. Fuck him up. I actually like her a lot. Ever since Overwatch, I like big muscly ladies. I like them in my video games especially. Don't let me down, muscle lady.
I don't know why her jab beat mine.
Because she's big muscle lady and you suck. You're Dark Side Phil. In any situation where two things that would normally be relatively equal power come together, the thing that's not Dark Side Phil will always take priority. Always. It's like a rule of the universe.
That was uppercut.
Come on, muscle lady. Do it. There you go.
She's ready.
Ready for what? Ready to fucking counter and whip your ass? Wow, you seem super confident there. Way too early.
That's not what I wanted. I wanted the launcher.
Oh no!
That's why I wanted the launcher. I mashed. I shouldn't have mashed. I mashed. I got the stupid DDT. I didn't even double
Oh, offed by a neutral jump, you stupid bitch. A neutral jump fucked you. Oh, get fucked. Yeah. All right, she takes it. I'm out. This is the perfect way. This is the perfect way to cut it off. She takes it. I'm out. You can play some music and it time to go bed. But that made me happy.
Who did it come out?
Yeah, fuck him.
That was good.
Ooh. She might be my new favorite. Nothing to do with the character. Just watching her dunk on Phil is so fun.
No, my balloon didn't come out again. Oh my god, it keeps dropping.
Oh, speaking of the quarterback, like,
come
yay!
on. 3 dropped moves in a row. So I lose
Yay!
the second round because I get a stupid DDT
Marisa,
juggle
thank
into
you.
super. I moved this round because 2
You
fucking moves
beautiful
don't come out
giant
from this.
bitch.
I had that one.
No. I'm calling it there. I'm calling it there. It's over for us here, boys. This is where we jump off. This is where we jump off. I got to go.
Fuck my wife. 5 guys absolutely has sex with my wife. With my wife. 5 guys sex with my wife. Oiled up, slippery. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sex with my wife. Tyrone, Tevin, Kilmurray, 7. My wife is squirting everywhere. Oiled up, sauce all over her ass. 5 guys absolutely has sex with my wife. With my wife. 5 guys sex with my wife. Oiled up, slippery. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sex with my wife. Look at mom.